is again the best thing in my life. This.
Hello and good evening. I'm Steve, your overseer, and we are Tales from the Strange. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. So we are now on our episode 5 of our Tales of the Great North Fallout game. I'm not too sure how we actually got to episode 5. It's gone really way too quickly. But I've been enjoying it, so I hope you all have as well. Tonight we are going to kick straight into the action because as we kind of finished it off last week, they have just raided this camp of these strange men with the white faces and the blue tattoos. During part of that, they off camera we have done the looting, so we didn't want to roll that during the actual stream. So I'm going to cut straight over to Kat, who is going to go over some interesting things that they found, which might also lead to some revelations about who these people are. So, without much ado, I shall introduce Kat.
Well, thank you kindly, Mr. Overseer. Yes, Eugene Brady is a little bit uncomfortable with some of the things that we found, but also very delighted. For a start, we got 21 308mm rounds, which will be very helpful for Matilda, my hunting rifle. And we got a submachine gun, which has been gifted to our resident ghoul, Mr. Rogers. There is the extremely exciting but deeply problematic missile launcher that our wonderful Bash is going to be utilizing. We have 4 missiles for that. Quite what these raiders were doing with a missile launcher, we don't know. But the most worrying of all, the things that we found, was an XO1 power helmet that Bash is currently modeling so beautifully for us. How, why the raiders have this, I do not even want to speculate. But, well, I'm sure we'll find out in time whether we want to or not. We also found some food and armor, but that's less exciting. So, I think that pretty much covers it, Overseer.
Great, thank you. It does also lead to, as you're kind of discussing these finds and the worries, you kind of notice Trig looks a little distracted, a little bit like something is worrying him as well.
Yeah. Deputy, I know you're excited about your haul, but I remain perturbed. Look, I don't think patrol's coming back here anytime soon. It's getting late already. We'd have seen signs of them or heard signs of them already. So I think we're safe to stop here for the night. And I'd say that in part because I think I owe you some expansions. Several of them, really. Now, I'm struggling to gather the steps here, so I thank you all kindly to not add interruptions to the proof and just observe for now. But so, firstly, I come from a people, the Cyphers. Although it's not a declaration we gave ourselves so much as one others gave us because they felt the way we communicate was encrypted. Well, you all accuse me of not speaking English. Now, among my people, numbers are, well, you all use the word sacred. A man at 23 like myself, his age is prime. Not just that, it is the first odd non-twin birth. And that means something to us. To be prime is to be singular, focused to purpose. No divisibility among the self. Not have a twin, it's to be alone. And so it's an age when a man is expected to quest. 24, it's competent. You want to build connections. 25, a square, build a homestead. I do not iterate all this, just give you a sense of my own culture. But to let you know there's a man who's on that terminal entry. Rekolov, who was 7 years my senior. There are more years under his belt. He will have found himself a partner, or he should have. He should have built a community. I'm saying this to make sense. This man is not working with these raiders on them. He's here, and he's committed. These raiders, red cloaks, another flag we once saw. The red one with a bull. And they conquered tribe after tribe. But they deemed us impossible to integrate and decided we had to be deleted. Every last one of us, man, woman, child. Those of us who could fled north. Those who couldn't. Let's just say these crosses on the first I've seen. And, well, last I heard, the impossible monster they were was fighting some two-headed bear. And I know them. They're no help either. They preach virtue and declare it, but it's just an encryption for greed. And if they want your land, they push you out, and they push you out together. And to be honest with y'all, I'm left without a hypothesis on a best approach moving forward. Because these raiders are not just casually here. They are coming to conquest. They are not leaving. They're organized. And worse yet, they're not tribals, they're not like the bull. This bird has knowledge. The knowledge of my people. I mean, you think I can use this rifle? Recolov will know more than I do. He's had longer to study. And I dread to think what that kind of machine will do with more lasers. Maybe plasma. Maybe a complete one of those. Regardless, first mission obvious. Get back to Pine Shores before they're all double over and clutching their stomachs. And then, I don't know, pray?
Trig, you met this Recolov fella you speak of. He, a friend of yours? Man you know personally, or just man you've heard of?
He's from my tribe, but I don't know him any closer than you might know an uncle. He was 7 years older than me. He was in a different place in life the entire time I was growing up.
Alright. No one's gonna hold you accountable for this man's actions, Trig. I was just curious. If it might be useful, you got a little insight into this fella. We'll see what we can do about him in time, but you're dead right. We gotta get back to Pine Shores. We gotta get there quick, because they are, desperate for supplies, so who knows, they might have even started on those potatoes while we were gone.
Yeah. We can hot put it through the night if we have to. We might have to.
I don't like the sound of it. Ms. Holloway, how are you holding up? Because this is going to impact you, I think, the most if we try and push through the night. You were the most wounded in the last conflict.
Well, I don't know. I drink this bottle of rum, so I don't care what we do. I nearly died. I can't face these people.
Alright, well, we're not going to stay.
I'm just going to hide my power armor.
Alright, Ms. Holloway. So, but on the matter of leaving or staying overnight, you want to go? Or do you want to stay?
Face is red. Please take it off.
I didn't know we were going to do a whole speech.
You don't think about it. See, well, why don't we stay for the night? Because I think Ms. Holloway could use a little bit of a lie then. A little bit of quiet time from you. Alright, and that way everyone will be full strength tomorrow. We'll move all the quicker if I haven't had a proper rest, I think.
Yeah, agreed.
Alright.
Okay.
So yeah, as we said before, you got the there was the hut that was used by whoever the person in charge was. You assume the blue cloak with the ham radio and the terminal, and then you had the two smaller huts which have got the bunks and the pallets that were obviously being used by the foot troops to sleep in. You can sleep wherever you wish.
I think we should all sleep together, and whichever one of these huts is the least ruined / full of blood.
Sounds like a good idea. I believe there's 4 to 6 bunks per room.
6 bunks per room. And as you're kind of talking about this, you already start to feel the soft touch of gentle flakes of snow drifting down from the heavens.
Still as beautiful as back then.
Not a great sign, but I think all the more reason we spend the night.
It does threaten travel will be harder in our condition. But I'd rather we weren't buried alive out there. So I guess we'll stop for the night.
Alright. Well, let's stay in this here cabin with the flags now. Looks a little more cozy to me.
Flags. It's always flags, isn't it? You can have a sense of self, you can have a family, but a flag is just an invitation to make them have one solitary colour. Let's put that outside.
If you insist, I was fixing to sleep under it, but okay.
There's a draft excluded. Fell on the bottom of the door.
Hey,
I'll take that rather than looking at it.
alright. Okay, shall we set a little watch? Miss Holloway, I think you should sleep as much as you can.
I'll take
Hope you
first
don't take
watch.
that personal.
Happily take first watch.
I'll take second.
I'll take third.
I'll be in the corner, sleeping away my pride.
Are you lighting any fires or doing anything to keep warm?
Is there any safe way to set a fire in here?
Yeah, both these, all 3 of the huts have got small little metal stoves. I think I described it
fair.
last week.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
fair. I mean, having the stoves doesn't mean it was damaged, just thought I'd double check.
Yeah, they're not in the best of condition, but it is clear that these people have been using it themselves.
So we've already been trapped in the situation. We were making an effort to conceal ourselves and deal with the cold. We might as well now just light a fire.
Yeah, I think I'll
Especially
think
in
so,
the,
we should.
yeah. With Miss Holloway, as you refer to her in her condition.
On my condition, keep rubbing it in.
I think we do need to make this the most recoverable space we can.
Absolutely.
Okay. Just as a reminder as well, obviously, if you do want to contact Pine Shores, obviously your primary one is you're talking about heading back there, but there is something else in this
Yes,
hut.
I was thinking of it.
The radio in the corner. I mean, the elephant.
So do you think you could use this ham radio?
It's worth a go.
Okay.
As a general sus, would this be a fairly trivial job or quite tricky to tune in?
Don't you dare.
Well, when you first turn it on, you again get this automated voice reads out to you: 76295, 76295. It just seems to keep just repeating these same numbers over and over. Obviously, this is just on the channel it's set on. You can.
Yeah. That wouldn't be a radio frequency or anything, would it? I'll make a note of it. But otherwise, I think I will. The trouble is finding a signal where I'm actually hearing something first. Actually, no. To be fair, I could just go through channels. I've been working in at least Fallton for a while. I will know channels that are used in Fallton to communicate, so I can start there and ask.
Yeah.
Tuning it to that.
So make me a intelligence and science roll.
Can I sub in someone? Given the character. It's pre-war tech.
Yeah. Go on then.
Have me burning a luck point first thing out the gate this session.
Excellent. Burn those points.
Oh, well, have a success and a complication because that luck point did not go very well.
Okay. I'm going to save that complication for later because I feel like it.
You know what?
Get out! I couldn't help that one. That was bad luck. Literally.
And I believe, as Eugene pointed out last time, every time you do this, it's never you that ends up being
Can we please
penalised.
reserve it to B4? Trig, please.
Maybe. We'll see.
Oh no.
Y'all ever feel like you've become the heel of the story?
Something smell of a Jonah around this one.
You flick through. Most of it is just dead static. You occasionally get snippets of music from settlements that obviously have like little radio stations where they're kind of blasting things out.
Yeah.
You do get one channel where you do actually hear somebody talking, but whenever you try to speak, they don't seem to be responding to you. So maybe somebody else is just, they can transmit, but they can't hear. And you keep kind of messing around, and eventually you click onto a channel, and you hear a voice. There's blasts of static, so it's kind of quite interrupted. You don't get it totally clearly, but it says, "Mayday, Mayday! This is Lance and 9 Sierra. We're going down. I repeat, we are going down. Aircraft under GTA attack by unknown Tango. Drop zone hot. Do not approach. I repeat, we are going down. Do not approach." And then it's followed by a trail of static.
That's either old and automated, ghost in the machine, or the bears arriving. Let's try it. Hello? Hello?
Doesn't seem to be any response. Just a more blast of static.
Yeah, I expected that. Right. Let's see. Well, there's nothing that stops me continuing to go through.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll take another swing at this.
Do you want to give me any action points? You were so generous last week.
Sod it, you know what? Because local points aren't working out, and they're already planning to target me.
Boo! Come on!
Better. Doubly better. So that's 2 already. And that's one I can reroll.
3 successes. Awesome. Yeah, you can have a action point for that. And 2 successes will get you a channel. You kind of play around a little bit more with the dial, and eventually you get a channel. It's playing music, but you hear the DJ kind of kicking in, and it's kind of you're listening to Jessup from Fallton Radio. Keep on listening. We've got some more sweet tunes coming in.
Hello?
Who is this?
Well, to the folks in Fallton, you might remember Trig. Some of y'all out there will.
No, doesn't ring a bell. Should I know who?
Well, I've been sent up to Pine Shores recently on a delivery mission. Your lovely sister community out this way. And, well, I figure your radio station might be the best place to start with a report of import, if you pardon the rhyming. We have encountered a particularly organized faction of not merely raiders, but
Say that again. You're breaking up.
Speak quickly.
May I take the thing off
you're
him?
absolutely free to shove Trig away and be like, right, no.
Alright, listen. So, you need to know basically one thing. Pine Shores got a bunch of poisoned potatoes that accidentally came to them. We need to tell them as quickly as possible. Can you contact Pine Shores?
Sorry, you speak up. I'm struggling to hear you.
One more time, son. Pine Shores. They got a shipment of potatoes recently. It is poison. They cannot eat them, and we need to tell them as quick as possible. Can you contact Pine Shores? Yes or no?
Pine Shores, poisoned potatoes.
That's right.
Just say potatoes bad.
Poison potatoes. It was delivered by a young gentleman by the name of Marcus.
Maxwell. Marcus was the farmer.
Yes. No. Maxwell was the guy with the rat cages. Marcus was the farmer. Says so in my notes.
That's what it said.
Maxwell had rat cages.
Yeah. He was the trader.
Yes. Marcus was the farmer.
Yeah.
Anyway, all that is incidental to you, son.
Thank you very much, Leaky Teacup. You just rewarded yourselves.
We've got an action point, just add it to the... I feel like we're going to need these.
How to abuse the system.
What did he hear? Repeat back to me what you think you need to do.
Tell Panchos that they've got a shipment of poisoned potatoes.
Yep, that's right.
Okay, I'll let them know. Who am I speaking to?
This is Eugene Brady. You wouldn't know me, so I'm a deputy, but I'm not that local to you.
Okay, I'll run this by Mayor Langley, and we'll get the word out.
Yeah, Mayor Langley knows us, so that's good. That's good. As fast as possible. Do not sleep on this, son. Lives are in the balance.
Okay.
All right, I'll let you go back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Wait, no!
Oh, wait 1 second.
Warn them about the cloaks!
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, also,
The cloaks are bad.
there's bad guys in red cloaks. Be very wary. Do not let them into your settlement. Repeat, do not let them into your settlement.
Raiders and red cloaks and poisoned potatoes. Okay, is this a wind-up?
No, sir, I have no sense of humor when it comes to these things.
Okay, I'll run this by the mayor, and yeah.
All right. Well, you better do it sharpish, son.
Jessup out.
All right. Hand the thing back to Now that is how you give an emergency message, sir.
You hear, obviously, because you're still on the channel, his voice kind of kicks back in onto the channel. It's, howdy, listeners. You're listening to Jessup with Fallton Radio. Bear with me. We're going to play some sweet tunes, and I'll be back with you in a jiffy.
Good. Sounds like he's doing it. All right. Does this mean we don't have to go back to Pine Shores? What do we reckon?
I don't know.
Resting, aren't we?
I don't need to talk to my boat well friends. So damn. I'm asleep, what?
To be fair, either the message got delivered, or it would be too late anyway, probably. So, I guess we just go straight back to Fallton.
We're resting up here.
We are. Don't worry about that, Mr. Rogers. But I'm just trying to think. We did say that we would go back and collect Marcus and take him somewhere safe. I'd feel mighty guilty if we didn't follow through on that promise.
We can try taking him back to Fallton.
Be better off there. They don't seem on the brink of starvation, unlike these folks in Pine Shores.
I mean, Bash don't look too happy. Maybe we should get her back a Vault Boy.
A pit boy.
Pit Boy, that's the one.
Yeah. We can do that too.
I mean, probably everybody at Pine Shores hate us because we gave them poisoned potatoes.
It was an honest mistake, ma'am. I hope they'll forgive us.
Nah. There was gonna be mutiny.
Okay. Well, how about we anyone got any alternative suggestions to rushing back to Pine Shores, grabbing Marcus, shouting about the potatoes, running out of there quick as possible, and going back to Fall?
I think we should leave Marcus. I never liked him anyway.
That seems a bit harsh, but
You're harsh!
to be fair, once they've discovered this, we would probably, given we're trying to send the message ahead of ourselves, and our concern is that the message will already be there in those physical manners anyway, I think it's most likely too late to save Marcus if they had decided to take objection.
Oh my god, Trig, you're finally saying a bit of sense.
I have constantly iterated sense. You all just don't like logic.
Can't let Marcus be a scapegoat. None of this is his fault.
Morally, I agree. However, practically, what will we be able to do about it?
They are his potatoes.
Exactly.
The situation will precede our capacity to intervene.
I don't believe what I'm hearing. Don't you people have no humanity?
With
Present company accepted.
Deputy, my point is that you cannot intervene to stop a train that has already fallen off the cliff. We will not be able to get there before that has happened.
You don't know that. We shouldn't be writing them off before we know that this has all happened. It's a convenience to you. If we ain't gonna defend the little guy, what's the point of defending our settlements at all?
Marcus is quite a big guy, actually.
Mrs. Holloway, that is somewhat beside the point.
Fine. I'm just gonna be over here.
It seemed perfectly normal size to me.
Look, it don't sit right with me. That's all I'm saying. I think we should go back. I think we should sort it out properly.
Rock, paper, scissors.
That ain't
You know,
It's how we used to solve things back in the day.
if they still have some, we could always use them as a bit of underhanded parlay on the road. There's worth in going back there to obtain the taters.
If we went to the other settlement, we might be able to buy food to replace the potatoes with.
I don't like leaving a job half done. I think we gotta go. I regret mentioning not going to Pine Shores. We should go there.
I have a feeling that much like the advancement in knowledge, the only way our goals will change is with dead men's boots. And I don't really fancy killing the deputy to get a Fallton quicker, so I think it's Pine Shores, folks.
I don't know. What if we did a vote? All those wanting to go back to Pine Shores, put your hands up now.
I was unaware that we were working in a democracy.
Go for it. I mean, I assume
Marcus.
Marcus wants to go back there as well, and I thought I'd probably have the deciding vote.
What's that? The dog gets a vote. They don't want to
Also,
go.
you were ever so kind to give me some of your ammunition earlier, so
I'm kind
I do remember that.
I maintain it is illogical, but I will respect the vote.
Well, you're the oldest, so you get is a standing vote.
I just did.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I do not think gerontocracy is a better model.
Right, I'm on first watch. Probably best you'll get some rest.
All right. Good. Glad we settled that.
Excellent. So the rest of you retire to the huts to sleep as Mr. Rogers, you set about your first watch with the stove lit in the hut to
Yep.
warm it.
With my submachine gun in hand because it's my new little baby.
Are there any windows to the hut?
Yes. Well, technically, yes.
Okay.
There are the spaces where there were once windows.
Oh, okay. Are they just boarded, these holes?
The glass is just all broken and long gone.
Wow, these guys did bad barracks design work. Okay.
You know, I don't think they were quite there long enough to create glass.
Yeah.
Well, you could just board it up, which is what I was going to go for.
Yeah. Yeah, glass is not known for withstanding nuclear blast and
Yes,
200
no,
years of.
obviously.
However,
Time.
Nuka-Cola bottles are.
Yeah, Nuka-Cola bottles, they are a breed of their own.
But no, if possible, I'd like to board the windows before settling.
Yeah, you can certainly do that. There's a lumberyard, so there's certainly
Yeah.
timber, nails, and equipment here.
Oh, I thought you were just going to talk to him. You're
Ooh,
going to
harsh.
him.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll stop making jokes.
What they do have here is there are heavy drapes as well.
And flags.
Yeah, the flags.
F your flags.
You could wrap yourselves in the flags to keep warm. That would certainly keep
Yeah.
How long do that?
Trig's temperature up, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
It's the dead corpse.
Wait, there's only one flag, so I believe your suggestion is that we all wrap ourselves in the same piece of cloth, which definitely would keep everyone warm,
Like a
but
flag burrito.
I didn't think it was that sort of adventure.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Rogers, you'll please know that your watch passes without vent.
That's awesome.
The only downside is that the snow seems to get heavier and heavier. It very quickly starts to settle. So even by the end of your couple of hours watch, there is now a layer of snow covering the ground. You've got a feeling that the snow is in for the night.
No point stating the obvious.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Was it me? Might have been.
There's a lot of snow.
Yep.
Well, thank you for that, Mr. Rogers. Good night.
From experience, it's insulating though, so it should mean it'll get nice and toasty in it.
I have some good news at last.
Your watch also goes without incident.
Lovely. I spend it contemplating the depths of the human soul. Being very disappointed.
What, with the depths of the human soul?
Well, as displayed by some of my companions.
A rogue rat
Third
steer.
watch.
I'm torn between presumably well, actually no, I've not been told I get a further report on the snow, so I guess I'm just stepping out.
Yeah. You step out in snow that is now above your shin.
Is there any degree of porch to this house, or is it just straight to the elements?
It does have a, well, it once had a porch. It's kind of now sagged in and slumped, but there is certainly an area that you could sit under that has cover,
Yeah.
which is where you assume these have been sat, to be fair.
Yeah, fair enough. Then at least we'll presumably be able to open the door in the morning.
Yes.
So I'm not going to fret too much about I must shovel snow out of the way. We'll just, watch.
Your watch also goes without incident, which obviously then leaves us with Bash, assuming Bash is doing a watch, but...
No.
No? Okay.
No.
In which case, you are the last watch, so you're doing slightly longer than I'm thinking. So, in the morning, just as you're kind of struggling to keep your eyes open, but the cold is certainly helping you. You do see, wandering into the camp, a small herd of radstags. Looks like there's maybe 2 or 3 larger ones and a couple of younglings, does, I guess you, kind of come in and they start sniffing around and snuzzling into the snow, desperately trying to find some type of food.
Being a herd, there are too many in number, and if I start trying to shoot one, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be gored by stags. So I'm just going to sit very quietly and still.
They continue nuzzling through, eventually figuring out that obviously under the snow this is mainly hot-packed dirt and very little for them to eat. So after maybe half an hour or so shuffling through the camp, they wander back into the forest, leaving you in peace.
Well, that was pleasant. I begin, just figuring out the average number of legs they must have, based on the, an estimate of the number of stags I will have seen. It passes the time and keeps me awake.
Yeah. And for the rest of you, morning comes. You're kind of pretty much woken up by the bright light shining in through the windows and the cold.
Yeah. All right. We feeling a little better. We good to move out.
Well, I'm currently outside,
Yes.
so...
I'm sorry for the way I acted. I know ultimately you guys saved me, but I'm just not used to being a damsel in distress.
Yeah. On that subject, by the way, Bash, could I have a endurance and survival from you, please?
No.
What would this be about? We've got some action points. I don't know if that's relevant right now. It might be.
Who wants to be addicted?
Oh, rum.
Oh, it's fine. Ooh. I got a crit.
That is good. That means that you did not catch a disease from your wounds.
Oh.
Addicted to disease.
At least that's something.
Well, Miss Holloway, none of us think that she was a damsel in distress or otherwise, so
Saved my back a couple of times.
Mine do.
And my front.
So, right, should we press on? Quick camp, Pine Shores? March
Quick
on
shot.
through the snow.
Nobody tell Marcus we didn't want to save him.
He wouldn't say
Did. I did. I just figured we probably wouldn't be able to.
Oh, nobody tell Marcus I didn't want to save him.
He might intuit it anyway. Right then. Do we even need to roll because we've done this path a few times?
You've done this path a few times. You know the way.
Brilliant.
The difficulty, however, of course, now is that there is now thick snow. So
Nice.
the journey, which should have taken you 2 hours, takes you almost double that length of time.
Yep.
It is cold. It is a difficult trek, and I will have a survival endurance from you all because I just feel mean.
No.
Mm.
Survival endurance.
Ooh. You know what? 3 successes.
Shit. Okay.
Don't use a luck dice.
1 success.
Or an AP.
Luck.
No, yeah,
Luck.
look.
Something like
Yeah.
yeah.
Better.
I think that's a success.
Okay,
1.
so you've got at least 1. Okay, so those of you who've got 1 success, you are bitterly cold. If you've got no successes, you would have taken a level of fatigue. But yes, after 4 hours of trudging through the snow, which is still falling, I should add, you're bitterly cold, tired, cranky, and hungry, and you approach the gates of Pine Shores. The 2 heads that were previously buried in the snow, you can no longer see.
It's just 2 feet now.
They're totally under the snow level. The gate is shut, as you'd expect, and obviously the snow is falling, so you do hear this kind of voice shout out as you approach, kind of like, "Oh, who goes there?"
Friends?
That's right, this is Trig, Mr. Rogers, Mrs. Holloway, and Eugene Brady. We have more bad news, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I think the mayor's wanting to speak to you already.
You don't surprise me. Is Marcus okay?
You best go see the mayor.
Dang it.
Hey, we've been allowed in.
That's a good sign. Alright.
That could be a deception.
It's not too late.
We can't run away from our problems.
They digging
Doesn't
holes
make
in
it
the
better.
snow.
Yeah, the gates start to creak open. Obviously, much slower than normal because having to push against the snow.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. Stop whispering up the back. Come on in. We got things to do. We gotta do it with our heads held high.
You know, a head held high goes into a noose easier.
Maybe if I put my helmet back on, I'll be a bit intimidated.
Maybe. Alright, so we head up to see the mayor. Can I just keep an eyeball out for Marcus? He hasn't been strung up anywhere, has he? Was he in the stockade or anything? If there is one.
Can't see anything as yet.
Okay, well that may be promising.
We should we send Mr. Rogers up front? Cause ghoul on ghoul.
Pardon? your plan here is ghoul on ghoul action, you say?
He liked you.
He liked all of us.
He liked you.
He still may like all of us.
Or he wants us all dead.
You're the one with the fancy helmet.
What's that gonna do?
And protect you from getting bonked on the
Alright,
head.
alright.
So the Hammond's argument is who walks the mayor's house too.
Yeah.
So we go buy him his favourite.
Yeah, you open the door to the mayor's house. Janelle is not behind the desk as you're used to seeing. And the door to the mayor's office is currently open, but you can hear voices inside. People are talking.
Do we hear anything specific that we say before we enter the room?
You make me a perception roll.
Was that you taking
Well, if
perception, are you?
someone's listening.
Is that such a
Just
survival?
one roll. Is it a group one, yeah?
Yeah, do it as a group one.
So we'll roll one each extra. Oh, wait, you roll one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, let's say Sam
sorry, I
rolls.
started
you
rolling
Sam roll
before. I
first.
thought you
You
said
always
You
do
lead
that.
in.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll re-roll both mine.
Just one. I don't hear anything.
Well, I started rolling, you hadn't said group yet, so I was like, oh, right, it's individual. Okay, but no, yeah, my bad.
I'll say that was
Jumping the guns.
Nope.
I got a success. Hilarious.
Got 4 successes.
And you got 4.
Yes.
So 5 successes
Alright.
in total.
Yeah.
Okay, so 5 successes is going to give you
Because we're more or less
3
we're not aware of the
AP.
danger.
Ooh, we got AP.
Not to be too drastic, do we get any for really handling the snow?
No. You didn't freeze.
We didn't freeze really what now.
So yeah, so you can hear voices. You've got 5 AP. What would you like to ask?
Okay. Firstly, although I'm not sure if this one is worth AP, are the voices mentioning us in anger?
You definitely hear the name Eugene,
Right.
and it's not really said in anger, but they're definitely talking about Deputy Eugene and the party.
Right.
It's mentioned. Yeah.
Is there anything said that sounds like they want to kill us? You know, taken care of, execute, strung up?
No,
whatever?
but they definitely. One of the voices, a female voice, possibly Dr. Connor, seems to be suggesting that questions need to be asked and the answers better make sense.
Right.
All your questions are costing us AP.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, those were the 2 questions that really mattered before we walked in the room. So
Right.
that's
Yeah.
it.
I can ask some questions.
Do you have anything else?
No.
So you just want to ask questions for the sake? Yeah, it's not putting AP on them.
Alright. Heads held high. Hearts full of shame. We enter the room.
Okay. Inside, you see Mayor Kevin Finch is sat behind his desk. He's got a cigar stump is in the tray and an empty glass of whiskey and a bottle that's sat on the side that is also pretty much empty. Dr. Connors is in here. You recognise one of the guards in here. You think it's David that you saw before the thing. Sat in a seat over in the corner is Marcus, and the guard is kind of stood near him. He's not got any weapons on him or anything, but he's clearly kind of stood with him. Reginald Horcross is also in here, which is the vault dweller. And then there's a couple of other townsfolk that you don't recognise. And Janelle is in here. She's kind of like sat on the edge of the desk with a notepad. She's obviously taking minutes or sometimes some notes. And yeah, as you walk in, Caleb kind of grabs the bowl, pours himself another big drink, takes a big swig. Well, looks like they've come back to us. Anything you want to tell me?
It looks like we've got the whole gang together here.
Well, first I'd like to ask, did you receive a radio transmission last night?
Yeah, we got the message.
Well, at least that presumably prevented anything this morning. But I'm going to assume from the collective anger in this room that it was too late for yesterday evening.
Let's just say some of those taters found their way into the supper.
Oh,
Doc Connors has spent her morning elbow deep in shit.
Literal or?
I do not think that detail is pertinent right now, Bash, but I appreciate the morbid curiosity. We can only apologize and plead ignorance. I can say that we discovered from our last excursion that this is definitely a plan from the raiders that took young Marcus's farm from him. This is something they'll be doing anywhere they're here. So I can at least tell you now that if those farms are also raided, that you will lose this winter's harvest, as well as next year's, as I pointed out last time.
Yeah, that's mighty troubling news.
Ain't good, ma'am. None of it's good. What's the prognosis for these poor people that had some of these potatoes?
Connor just kind of sits up and kind of looks across the view. Too early to tell. At the minute I've got 3 folks laying up in bed. Stomach cramps, sickness, diarrhea.
It's terrible. Is there anything we can do for them?
Unless you've got any medical training.
Sorry, ma'am.
A smidgen, but
Yeah, I could sure do with some Addictol at this stage.
Unfortunately, we don't have it anymore. But yeah, if there is anything we can do, no matter how small, do let us know. We were heading on to Fallton next.
Maybe when we're in Fallton, we can get some of that
Yeah.
Addictol for you. We can try.
It's worth a shot. Maybe try and purge the system.
I hope he ain't blaming none of this on poor Marcus there. He didn't know there was anything wrong.
He said as much.
well,
He's,
as far as we know. But to be fair, did we ever interrogate the boy?
Interrogate the boy. Did you
His
not
face kind of goes white at that comment.
Did you not see what he's been through? We've been to his home. We saw what they did to his family. As if he'd hide that from us.
You have a point.
Shame on you.
I'm just admitting the possibility exists. It seems highly unlikely he would side with people that brutalized his family, granted.
What are you accusing me of? I didn't do nothing.
Nothing, Marcus. No one's accusing you of anything. This man's just being a thoughtless and careless individual.
It's you that dug up the taters.
Yes, and as I said, I pleaded ignorance to knowing the state of them when I did so.
what have you done with the potatoes?
Well, we didn't rightly know it was the potatoes at first, but the ones that didn't go into the food, we've put them aside.
Maybe we can give them back to these people as a taste of their own medicine.
What are you thinking?
Well, we never know. We found one of their camps the other day and we emptied there. Maybe we could leave some of them as though they were not the tainted ones dug out of the earth, and maybe they may rummage and pillage and take the bad ones to hurt themselves. So if there's any farms which haven't been raided already, we can leave the bad potatoes there, so if they do get raided, they take the bad potatoes back with them to get ill themselves. Forward thinking.
A compelling plan, although who would be the agent of this? We are aware that we have already potentially been tracked. They may know our faces. Us four.
Yeah, and they'll probably follow us. So if we go to places they're not aware of, we warn the locals to leave with us when we go into the next town. When we leave safe food. So if they do go there to pillage and salt the earth, they'll take the bad food with them.
And you want to go wandering around between the different farms in this weather?
I think we should take him just in case we get the opportunity,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's
I'm
gonna
not
be
saying
easy to find.
intentionally, but you never know.
Yeah.
This weather might be the only saving grace for those farms. On the other hand, as I pointed out once again, it might not. I recommended last time I was here recovering everything you could from those farms before they were raided, and you said you did not have the men. If you're willing to forget this and potentially supply us with the rations necessary for the mission, I appreciate that's a stern order. We could go round the farms. It's not impossible.
Also,
Just-
taking the potatoes removes the temptation for, if there was any hungry folk, from potentially eating.
Oh, we ain't that stupid. We'd have burned them.
I'm more compelled by using them as a honeypot.
Equally, you never know, when we're going along there might be an animal trying to chase us. The old potato. You never know.
Tasty wastelander or potato? Yeah, that's a good idea.
Well, if the option's him or a wastelander,
Excuse me.
I've just been,
Caleb Finchton is what are you trying to say, son?
I've
Do you
just-
think the potatoes leave your stomach bad?
I've
Ghoul ain't going to
just
do you
been
much better.
informed that being so overcooked is not particularly appetizing.
I think we need to keep a closer eye on him and his folk.
Curious. Very curious. Well, we should still go to Fallton though. So maybe we can hit some farms on the way there, because that's surely where the raiders are heading. So we could do it in that way direction. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It would be a logical approach, given we do need to head back to Fallton.
Yeah. See if we could. Maybe you could mark out some of the farms on the way between here and Fallton. Maybe we could hit some of them on the way.
I would refrain from referring to our operation here as hitting the farms.
All right, Mr. Pedantic. All right. Visiting the farms.
Reginald, the vault dweller, kind of. Well, if you pass me your pit boy, I'll put the locations in for you.
Oh, yeah.
Right, this is the first time I've needed to use it.
That's why we're heading to the other town.
Why don't you write them down on a piece of paper and then we'll put it in the vault?
Or-
the pit boy.
I mean, you've got that
Especially
fancy
making
helmet
any effort
there.
to conceal her bare left arm here, just for the sake of argument.
No.
Yeah, just with a pointed look. As you may have noticed, Bash has seeded her pit boy away.
Sarah Ann, you did what?
Well, you know, I was never one for technology. I barely even used the thing. I just loaned it to somebody. I'm gonna get it back.
You didn't think that the torch, the Geiger counter, or the mapping tools would be useful on the surface?
Well, they hadn't been at my short time in Fallton, where I just remained at the bar, not doing that much. I panicked, okay? You know, I'm not very smart.
Fine. Do you know, could I borrow your pad? And he takes the pad and the pen and starts to draw a rough map of the area for you.
I'll just stand over his shoulder, watch him draw the map, and I'll just whisper over. You know, if it wouldn't offend you, I am more than happy to take custody of that device and treat it better than Bash has.
Son, that pit boy is property of Voltec.
I said if it wouldn't offend.
It's not offended me.
I'd like to think I heard that.
But he holds the bit of paper in his hand, and you see his eyes kind of scanning the whole group, and then he kind of holds it towards you, Deputy.
Thank you. Right. Okay. So it looks like a few of these might be convenient to visit on the way. Shall we leave promptly? I think we got everything we need. And we'll give them the warning. If there's anyone still there, we'll try to get them to move on, and we'll put the dodge of potatoes in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Sounds like a plan?
Sure.
Alright. Thank you kindly, man. Sorry for letting you down, but I promise you we'll always do our best for you. Okay. And please don't hold this against Marcus. Is he still under guard?
He's still sat in the seat looking a bit shocked, especially when there was talk about him being interrogated and him being responsible.
Listen, Marcus, it might be wise for you to come with us to Fallton. These guys don't have any spare food, as you know, and they can't afford to feed you. And Fallton doesn't seem to have the same problem, and also, you know, might get you out of a bit of a spot here.
He kind of looks at you, and he kind of looks at Finch. Can I go, Mayor Finch? Of course you can, lad. Yeah. Custody of the deputy there.
All right. Thank you. Come on, Marcus. We'll take you somewhere safe, hopefully.
He makes a beeline to stand at your side, pretty much avoiding that side of the group.
Do I lend him my pipe pistol? I don't think so. I think it's been established that he's pretty crap at most things.
Especially tending to potatoes.
An escort quest. All right.
Marcus, are you lettered at all? Can you read and write?
Are you asking him to scribe?
Somewhat. With a purpose, though.
Ma said I can read real good.
Time to become a bard.
Wonderful. While we're on the trail, obviously the rest of us will be desperately trying to ensure our own safety, so our hands will be occupied with our weaponry. Oh god, try not to corpse at how I just said that. It would be useful if one of us was to make notes about the trail we had taken from this town if we are to start advising farmers at all to travel here, given the situation. It'd be useful to be able to have directions to hand them. If you could make a record of us as of where we are traveling, that would be highly useful of you.
Okay, I think I can do that. You do hear a voice from the side of the room. You had your pit boy, you could do that anyway.
While we're asking this, do you know where the other farms are, Marcus?
I know some of them. We used to trade with some of them, yeah.
Alright, that'll help. Maybe it'll help them trust
He'll
us.
have rapport.
Right, well, let's head out, shall we? Let's not waste any more precious time.
Wait, I just wanted a quick word with Reginald before we went. You guys can go on ahead.
Go for it.
Alright, we'll leave you, give you a minute. We'll go outside and check our guns, I suppose.
Look, you may have thought that was odd, but he's young and scared. He needs something to do.
It was very odd.
Reginald, I don't want to get into what happened back at the vault, but I just wanted you to know that I'm glad you guys are all safe. I'm glad some of you got out.
We lost more than we saved.
I know. And I know in some ways I was partly responsible for that, but I was also partly responsible for your escape. But I'm just glad there's some of you left.
And did anybody else make it with you?
No.
That's troubling.
Well, you might be ashamed of me because I gave away my pit boy, but I'm going to get it back and I'm going to make the vault proud, okay? And I'll come back here and I'll tell you about all the cool things I've done.
We'll have a drink.
Okay. I'll see you down the road.
Safe travels, Sarah. Sarah. Sorry, Betty Ann.
Safe travels. Well, you're not going anywhere. Safe no eating potatoes.
And you are able to go and catch up.
Oh, alright.
So they gave you the map.
Yeah, I don't think I'm necessarily the best person to find the route, though. I
Would
can't
you-
remember what skill that is, but I don't know if I'm
It's
Why is
survival.
Would you like me
If it's
to
in
take?
survival, that's not my strong
Would you
suit.
like me to take?
Metagaming is occurring.
We're both flashing across the table here. Who's got the
We're
biggest
both-
map reading
We're both
skills?
stood there staring each other down like, give
Yeah.
me the map, let me have
Yeah.
it. You know what? Why don't we work together on this? Two heads are better than one.
Except for Hiram because they argue.
Sure.
So who am I giving this map to?
Me. He can read it. I'll keep hold of it.
I
Oh.
do not know what
We've just
reputation
found
you
out a lot about you very quickly. And you were talking about maybe eating ghouls. I thought a little bit safer with the
I
map.
simply was regaling you with what I have been told by people I've worked with back in Fallton.
Why don't you just rip it down the middle and you can hold hands?
That is a no.
This is all the way I like the way you think, but I think I'm not great at decisions. I'm gonna
give
give
it
it to Mr. Rogers because
Thank
he was the one who took my side when we were deciding what we were going to do about Pine Shores. So
We swear the side of the tables are not teams. But if they were, our team would be winning.
Sure.
teamwork,
At being illogical.
not being moral.
How
This is
dare
why
you
our
bring
camera's a
morality
bit
to my
dark- a bit
fallout?
darker somehow.
Anyway, yeah, I guess I will assist you and you'll lead the attack. to
I'll let you read the map, but I will assist
No,
you
no,
by
it's your
pointing
map
out.
now. It's your map now. Live with the consequences.
I have
If
faith
roll
in
an
you,
11
Mr.
save.
You
Rogers.
know what? I would like to take one of those as well.
When you have finished arguing, one of you may roll, and the other one may roll a dice to assist.
Hey.
I mean, 2.
Fair enough. Which is great, Sean, because I'm having to burn luck for the 20 I just rolled.
Ah!
There you go.
All right.
Apparently we turn into anime characters all of a sudden and we're going like that to each other.
Yeah.
So 4 successes total
So,
there, overseer.
4 successes. Okay.
Do we get back an AP?
You get back 2 AP.
Yay!
Maths.
Strange noise. Triangles.
Trigonometry knows all about that.
And yes, between the map and Marcus, you are able to start heading your way back out towards where these farms are. Again, the journey from Panchors to Fallton is going to be about 4 hours normally. So obviously going to be like, with the snow, you're looking pretty much most of the day,
Plus detours.
plus all the detours.
They're not detours, they're intentional moves.
That's still... Yeah, fine.
Strategic zigzags.
Yeah. So Marcus kind of looking at the map and telling you what he knows. He says, well, if we try to get to all of these farms, it's going to be quite a long
One
trek.
should be enough.
If we just do like 1 or 2, we can just choose the ones that are on the route.
Makes
Um,
sense.
That's acceptable.
So okay, I know this one. I don't know this one. Pa always did that one, but
Well, I think our best option would be to travel to the ones that you have spoken to in the past, just in case they are a bit weary about 4 strangers rocking up armed.
Well, as we're approaching, maybe we should discuss what we're going to tell them. So my advice is that we can either offer them maybe help if they want to come with us to the larger towns and they can bring their food with them, or just warn them if they see red cloaks, they're to burn the good food and leave the bad food behind.
I worry the former option will leave us with a convoy to escort.
They've been surviving by themselves, they'll have weapon skills too.
You would hope so, but...
I don't know.
Sideways glance at Marcus.
I don't want to be funny or anything, but you folks are strangers around here. They don't know you. Well, you just pull up and tell them that if they see red cloaks, that they're to leave their homes and their possessions and burn the food.
Leave the bad potatoes.
Unless things start looking aggravated, I think we should just let young Marcus take the front.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's a good policy. And then I think we should just tell them what we've seen, and then they can decide. And if Marcus says it, maybe they'll believe. Especially, sorry, Marcus, but if he includes some of the horrific details of his own experience.
We could probably handle those rather than making Marcus recount them.
See what he's See what he's able to cope
Speaking
with.
of wordsmithery, this might be indelicate, Marcus. One of my colleagues earlier equipped out with making you a bard. I don't suppose you can manage to tune, can you?
I could play the banjo.
Only problem.
Well, luckily we've only got my violin. Same thing, right?
Pretty much.
You can try. Look, the point stands. The
We'll
kid's
be-
not gonna need something to distract him, given the situation. I can't believe I'm actually the one at the forefront of compassion here.
You're also telling us to give a loud instrument to someone while we're trying to sneak around. We know there are red cloaked raiders going around.
I could give him my baton to stroke.
That's definitely what you do with a baton.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. I'm hoping we've made some progress during this time.
Yes,
I'm
you
just gonna
are
let him write a
talking
song or
as you
something.
are walking, I hope.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Please.
Will serve
Marcus
the
hearing
view.
this, I'm like, look, just keep him busy. Don't let him think about the trauma.
Yeah, you start making your way back again, going back out up north, following the raging river, and then heading presumably the same way that you came. So onto that trail, past the old Raider Hotel, and then through the ruins of Snoqualmie Bridge towards Kibble Village, which is where you originally did your thing, and then on to Fallton is your plan, but stopping off at this farm on the way. So you wander for maybe a couple of hours, And I will have an endurance and survival roll for you all, please.
Okay.
I'd like to use one of those AP if I could, please.
Yeah, I'm hoping that I don't need one. Hang on. This isn't gonna be great for me. Oh, hey! 2 successes.
Let's look this up. One is all we need. Presumably.
Two.
Two.
You all got at least one? Okay, so so you're cold and tired, but you're not fatigued.
Yeah.
But heading along the trail.
The dog has been given an order
Oh.
Is
in
it?
the chat.
Oh, we're doing one. Yeah.
What's the dog's order?
Is that Elizabeth? Who's done that? It was you.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh, I see. So yes, the Still the Ghoul's hat was literally your order. Yeah.
Just wanted to wind up,
Yeah. So a gust of wind blows past as you're approaching one of the farms, and Mr. Rogers' hat flies off. Before Mr. Rogers has the chance to pick it up, the hound lurches forward, grabs it, and runs off into the snow, growling and shaking the hat.
I'd like to point out that I gave AP to the group.
Whistle the hound back.
It smells of smoky bacon.
That's the rumours I heard working in Fallton disproved.
Yes, as you start to approach one of the farmsteads, which is it's just a ramshackle couple of huts on those creaky little metal windmills.
Yeah.
Clack, clack, clacks as you're kind of approaching it. And Marcus kind of says, this is Josiah and his wife, Bethany. They run this place. I've not seen them for a while, but Pa used to trade with them quite a bit. Josiah is a little bit temperamental. He don't like strangers none, so maybe let me do the talking, or at least let them see my face before you go striding in.
Right, you are, Marcus.
So he starts heading towards the main building. And can I have a group perception roll from you all, please?
Who would like to lead that? Before I jump the gun.
Not bad at perception.
Perception, survival, isn't it?
Around 10 for
I'll
this.
let you.
Yeah. Easily also.
2 successes.
Have another.
Yay.
Absolutely.
No.
Oh no, sorry. I'm reading the wrong stat. Don't have another problem.
Oh.
Just 2.
Mm-hmm.
Am I carrying it on 2?
Yeah.
2. Okay, that's good enough.
Barely.
Yeah. So you notice as you are
no.
approaching the as you kind of walk in towards where the huts are, there is a like a mound in the snow. You can't tell exactly what it is. Maybe you spent some action point, I might give you a bit more information. But the snow is definitely bumped up over something that's kind of like out in the
Can
middle.
I spend a luck point to change something in the scene?
You can.
Could a gust of wind just blow through and shift some of the snow?
Oh, it
It's
does.
allowed.
I like that.
Thank you.
And as the snow, as this gust of wind, similar to the wind that stole Mr. Rogers' hats mere moments before, the flurries of snow drift away, and you see a frozen, icy hand.
It's like the whole butterfly flapping its wings.
Marcus, stay where you are. Don't move. Do not approach that cabin. I imagine he's walked off.
He was ahead, yeah, and he kind of stops as you shout.
That is not a good sign. I'd like to point out to the entire group the outstretched frozen corpse.
Let's hope that they successfully defended themselves, and this is the dead corpses of the
Yeah.
Raiders.
Well,
What a silly thing to say.
I think we should uncover them first. Maybe we could get an identification, Marcus. I'm sorry to put you through this.
I mean, they did say they came out of the snow.
Marcus, does that hand look familiar?
Well, we moved more of the snow, Miss Holloway. It's possible.
I mean, we already have established that the gentlemen raiding the farms have a uniform.
Certainly.
If we find these people are in civilian clothing, I think we can dismiss that they are part of that set.
Can we uncover that?
Yeah, as you brush aside more of the snow, it's an elderly man dressed in a flannel shirt,
And ain't one of those.
and he has got
red
a
cloaks.
nasty gash across his chest.
Damn it.
How? I might need to do a roll to find out how long he's been.
It'll be a medicine check.
Trig?
Intelligence and medicine.
Yeah. Let me take a look. Ugh.
They're all completely ignoring the fact that I'm actually quite good in medicine.
Oh well.
The fact that the body is like frozen over and has also been buried in snow,
Yeah.
you just
Making
can't.
quite tricky.
Yeah.
It's been dampened, it's been frozen. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, I can't make out no hair of how long this would have been. The elements are not making this easy.
Mr.
Yeah,
Rogers?
so is it freezing?
I've seen my fair share of bodies.
Go for it, Mr. Rogers.
Oh look, it's a body.
You also. Oh, okay.
I got
You
one
rolled less
success.
ass than me.
Yeah, with one success, because of the conditions, it's a popsicle, to put it bluntly.
That's annoying. We don't know how long ago they came through here.
But we know that they did. So we know not to take anything from here because it's not going to be any good.
On the other hand, we probably should harvest and destroy the crop unless someone else tries to take it.
Very true.
Oh, let's check the inside, shall we, before we do anything, just in case.
I would like to have my submachine gun up, and we are going to assume as a group
I'll
walk
pull out my
forward
pipe
with
over.
someone
Yeah.
else at the front, unless they just
Step
want to
back,
blow the
we'll
hell out of the
step back.
building.
Yeah, I'll get my bits.
Oh, that poor survivor who's inside.
Joe, I don't know why you guys gave me this.
Just blows up the building. Action movie style, we're all walking away, except for Bashy staring at it.
Yeah. So, Jeb decide what are you actually doing then? So you.
We're not blowing
Just
up.
guns out,
Yeah.
proceeding.
Take a
Miss
step
Holloway,
back. Musket range.
you taking the lead, or
I
you?
don't know if I want to.
All right. I don't mind taking point.
I'll stay with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll send a dog next to them if they're doing the door breach.
Yep. Do the police thing. Check the corners.
Yeah. So you kind of burst open the door, burst in. Inside is in disarray. Disarray. So already it was a shack. These people obviously weren't particularly.
This was their home.
They,
Damn, you live like this?
yeah, they didn't particularly have a good place to live anyway. But now it's in disarray. Things have been overturned, knocked over. There is a body slumped over the table. There's no graffiti this time. There's no mutilation of the bodies, but it's quite clear that these people have both been killed, pretty brutally, and the house has definitely been looted.
No graffiti this time as we go around the side.
Doesn't seem to be.
Lazy. You need to write lazy on the wall.
Well, hang on.
They cut
I
corners.
feel that would give the wrong message.
We might be that we're getting ahead of ourselves because there's more than just one type of raiders in the wastelands. Possibly it wasn't them.
I mean, we could always do a quick search around, but we could always do the search around in about 10 minutes' time.
Oh,
But until then, we could do some other things maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, we've come to the farm, they're dead.
I mean, is this body a popsicle?
No, this isn't in the building.
oh,
I'll do
then
a
in which
check on the
case,
body.
yeah, I'll help him.
Yeah.
Go on, you have more luck than me. Oh, sod.
no. Don't forget.
I'll use a luck. Like, it's too late to use
I
one of these.
know.
I'll use a luck though, and I will still roll the same number. It's another dead body.
Yeah, hard to tell.
Pick up the hand.
We're just a bit busy being cold today.
Yeah.
Not so much for looting, but could I do a look around and see if there's any weapons, boot prints, evidence
Yep.
of who came here?
Yep.
I'm assuming it's perception spell.
Yes, please.
I'm going to spend a point of
Actually, we've
ability.
already
Yeah.
had these guys before. If we have anything of those, we can always give the smell to the dog.
So true. I'm going to probably use luck to reroll that complication second.
Yes.
I got one success, and I'm going to reroll this complication because no, thank you. Two successes.
Two successes. Okay, yep. So you don't get the AP, but you do get enough to see that. Obviously, outside you couldn't tell because of all the fresh snow there, but on the inside there are definitely muddy boot prints in here. There are signs of struggle. And with two successes, I'd say it looks like there was maybe 3 to 4 raiders.
Well, I ain't no clear on whether this is our folks or not, but there were about 3 to 4 of them, and since we took out 3 of them back at the base, this could be roughly half, all told.
You think they've modified their approach after we've taken some of them out?
No, I don't really think that. I'm just doing basic math in my head because that's, and then out loud because that's the only way I can do it. I wish there was a clearer indication, like, you know, a snag of red fabric on a door frame or something.
Oh, what's that? You use a lock to say there was a bit of red.
That doesn't work that way. You can change the facts. You can't make clues.
All right. All right. I'm out of ideas.
We could try and follow the tracks that we've got here and see what leaves the farm. Given
Sure.
we know that our current concerns do operate in an organised manner. The typical red route does not.
There are tracks. Outside is heavy snow because it's still snowing. These are tracks inside the building.
I say we leave a warning on the wall saying that the food is tainted.
Well, that'd be quicker than digging everything
It
up
would be.
in the
We're
snow.
in a bit of a hurry here, so
Good thinking, Mr. Rogers.
right on the wall, food is tainted.
Yep, what you painted with.
Have you got a
I hate to say it, but there is blood right there.
Oh,
Okay.
that's I thought you were going to say something else.
Of course, the
Well, the
bottles.
corpses didn't eat the potatoes.
Yes, just spell out letters with them.
Yeah, with the potatoes.
It's not a very short word available really with corpses,
So-
and that's it.
The potatoes are
Sorry.
spicy.
Yeah. So you write a message
Yeah, the food
using the
bag.
blood. Yeah. What else would you like to do?
I mean,
I'm going to be honest, like, there's not a lot of time here. We need to move on.
yeah. I don't think
I'd
it's
like to do a
worth
search, but I think that sort of thing we could probably skip on this one and move on.
Yeah.
Or,
I
yeah.
apologise, young Marcus, but given the current blizzard, I do not think we can risk the time burying them, lest we also need a few
Oh,
more
I
between us.
I ain't stupid. The ground's too solid for to bury anything.
True, I just felt the need to apologise. You know. Right, let's.
Maybe we could take the body outside, at least let nature claim it rather than
True,
we may need to come back here. You don't want to come back to a stank out.
true. I was gonna say we should at least grab what sheets we can, given the current conditions, to wrap around ourselves.
Mm.
Okay.
Right.
Grab bedding, curtains, whatever.
So you kind of grab whatever warm
Yeah.
fabrics you can to kind of swaddle yourselves essentially.
Yeah, fashion shawls and cloaks, really.
Yeah. Yep. And then you start heading off, presumably straight towards Fallton, or
Yeah.
were you going to go to the other farm?
We'll
Yeah.
try the other farm, I think.
How much time, what time of day is it, if you don't mind me asking?
So you'd already kind of travelled down from where you were, which is 4 hours.
Yeah.
You've travelled, you weren't in Pine Shores for very long. You've done another 2 hours. So if you kind of got up at 8 in the morning, you're probably already
2 in the afternoon.
2 in the afternoon. Yeah.
About 4 to 5 hours remaining, something like that, 4 to 6, yeah.
About 4.
Yeah, it's winter and it's in northern
It's
latitude.
going to take us a little while to get there. Is it best to get to Fenton?
In fact, actually, actually it's 2 o'clock. You've got about 2 or 3 hours.
Thank you.
Yep.
I think it's worth checking the other farm because that will
Yeah.
give us a little bit of a scope on how
I was
far
going
they've
to say,
got.
but at this
Where's the
point it's
closest
probably
point?
difficult, if not impossible, to reach Fallton before dark. But
Yeah.
do we have a chance of reaching the farm?
Yes.
Then yeah, the other
Mhm.
farm it is.
Yeah.
Decided for us.
That makes sense.
Okay. So you head towards your farm. I will have another survival endurance from you all, please.
I'm going to use one of those.
I assume the rags reduce the difficulty.
They do.
Thank God! Thank God!
Ah, you know what then? I really didn't need to do that.
Survival. Hey! I got a success. Just one, but hopefully that's enough.
Okay.
I've been very lucky on these.
No successes. Okay. So you are, even with the wrapped up, you are bitterly cold. You do gain a level of fatigue,
Yeah, fair enough.
unfortunately.
I need to stop using these APs for this because every time I'm using it,
If you've got one success, you are okay because you are wrapped up, so you're better. And if you've got two successes, then you earn yourself an AP.
Oh,
Wow, fantastic.
I got two last time as well.
Yeah, but last time you didn't have.
Extra
Think-
days.
Take
Clothing.
use of housekeeping.
I'm nice and toasty. I
what's the
use-
effect of fatigue again?
Fatigue
Just so you're aware, we're actually
is
got
on the
2
bit
AP
behind
at the
practicing.
moment.
I think just under there, Sam, there should be a plastic sheet which has endurance on it.
Okay, I will.
Oh, we'll dig it.
carry on.
We'll dig it out in a moment
Yeah.
because we're almost time for a break anyway. You get to the next farm that you were aiming for, and before you even approach it, Marcus just kind of stops and says, "That ain't right." And he kind of points, and you can see the door to the farmhouse is swinging open.
That is a very bad sign. Alright, guns drawn, everybody.
I'm just disappointed I can't give the dog an order. Apparently it's only one per session.
Oh,
Oh.
sorry.
I was going to send the dog in first.
Alright, Miss
Monstrous
Holloway?
decision.
Miss Holloway, did you want to take point, or are you happy for us to go in first?
Yeah, apparently Art Miser has just followed us. I'm not too sure why that's only happened now, Art Miser. Thank you
Yeah.
for doing your amazing art.
Thank you.
Hello.
I don't think it's a good idea me going first.
Oh, Miss Holloway, you doing yourself down. I don't want to see you lose confidence over this. You're still the strongest of us by a long margin.
Tapping the missile launcher she currently has slung over her shoulder. I think there is a certain wisdom to leaving Miss Holloway in reserve.
If you insist, I just think she's the scariest one of us, and
Hey.
she good at punching people. But if you don't want to, miss, I ain't gonna insist.
I think that's scary.
Well, different reasons, I
Anyway,
suppose.
you guys go first.
Okay. I'd like to do my police.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
So with the submachine gun again.
Yeah.
Checking the corners.
It's a little
You,
bit more gangster than a 10mm.
Check the corner of the farmhouse. There's no door to kick open because it's already swinging open. But yeah, inside is a similar situation. There is no body this time, but everything has been turned over, emptied out, in disarray.
Picking them clean.
This is concerning. They're moving much quicker than I thought they would. I thought it would take them a little while to hit these farms.
I mean, is there any evidence that they've been in, minus the door swinging?
Well, we could have another look, have another scout around.
Yep.
You bleeding?
Mm.
Oh, assist.
I must be getting tired. My eyes are not what they used to be.
2 successes on assisting as we
Did I
look around.
get
Yeah,
any
but-
successes?
Oh, sorry.
The
You've got
leader
no-
needs to
I
get a
see, of course,
success.
she doesn't.
Use a luck.
Damn it.
Sorry, I could use a luck, but I'm already
I
down to
forgot
2.
this detail. Apparently we're all rolling terribly tonight. It's a wonderful session.
We're not rolling terribly, we're just rolling for the
Well,
wrong...
I don't want to waste the other
format.
successes. I'll use 1 point of luck, but I'm getting real low. He's getting real luck. Please succeed. Come on, odds are in my favourite. No, they're not.
No, you
It's just
look
really
around. It's clear that somebody has been here and has looted the place, but you're not able to
Oh, shit.
decipher who or what.
Fair enough.
Well, while we're here, could we please let the dog, or the dog, sniff some of the bad spicy potatoes to see if they can smell any more?
Looking for Yeah,
Yeah,
more evidence of the.
You can give it a try, so it'll be a survival perception roll, and
Yeah, I'll let you use your dog.
Doggo that's doing it.
God's sake.
You got all that luck though.
Yeah, burn some. Come on. Or I will melt you. Well, guess who's going in a furnace tonight? No.
Doggo, he sniffs the potatoes, he tries sniffing around the farm, but with the snow and everything that's kind of over the veg, it can't pick up any scents.
We'll just
What a
have to
shame.
leave a warning just in case, saying the food is bad.
And obviously it's already starting to get dusk around here, so I'm assuming you're going to rest up here for
I
a
think
bit.
we have to.
Mm.
Now I know we didn't specify, but did we take the ham radio with us? Because
You
I had
did
it
not
that we wrote
specify.
it down, but
Wasn't it really
I
heavy?
assume at this point, if I'm kind of seeing detail, I've got a burn look.
Go on then.
Yeah.
Believe it
We
was
were
something
going
I
to
did have the
take it,
presence of
but-
mind to take it. Can I take a rubber, please?
It was super
Okay.
heavy though, wasn't it?
We left off, our wanderers have travelled to 2 farms on their way back to Fallton, hoping to warn the people. But on both occasions, they've encountered that the farms. Well, one of them definitely had bodies. This one doesn't have bodies, but it doesn't have anybody. It's been looted and in a disarray. It's not looking good for the occupants. And as we left off, the wastelanders they camped out last night. You've awoken in the morning. The snow has stopped, but it's still obviously quite deep, icy cold outside. And we'll kick straight back in.
well, we got to head out to Fallton and quick shot because it looks like trouble's heading their way if it hasn't already hit.
We could always try and get back in touch before we set off.
I feel like for the couple of hours it's going to take us to get there, we should just go.
Mm-hmm.
quick fast.
All right. So, are we making some kind of a roll there, overseer?
Yes, if you're trudging the rest of the journey, it would be another endurance and survival, please.
Ugh.
I assume we're probably rested with a nice warm house out of fatigue.
Yes, which is good because we forgot to look up the rule, didn't we, during the break?
We did.
Oh, look at you.
Nice.
Because you're a ghoul.
So, yeah, so you can have a. Well, actually, you can only have 1 point of AB because according to my count, you're already on 5.
No,
We're
we've
on
got 2.
Oh,
It's been
I've been
spent.
remiss with my action point
So
counter.
2 AP.
Yeah,
Welcome, guys. Just carrying the team, guys. Paul's got bad backs.
very good of you. So, how many do you have now? 4.
4. Yep.
I shall adjust my
That's my good roll for the session, guys.
adjust my gauge. Yeah, I mean, Marcus, he's when you kind of wake up, Marcus is already awake. He's kind of lit the stove for you, so it's a little bit warmer in here.
Nice pine leaf tea.
He's he's melting a mug of snow.
Oh.
Oh, those rats.
Oh yeah, tasty stuff.
Spicy water.
All right.
But yeah,
Tingles
you
on your tongue.
set off towards Fallton, presumably, unless there was anything else you wanted to do here.
Fallton.
No.
No.
Yep. So you continue back, skirting along the outskirts of the ruined Snoqualmie Ridge. Find your way back up to the parkway, head along, and eventually turning onto Route 202, heading your way towards Fallton.
Well,
Yeah, it's by the time you kind of like are arriving towards the town, it's already back towards maybe kind of midday, so 11, 12 o'clock. Just for everyone viewing, that is a lovely picture of Fallton that Art Miser did for us. So again, it's that old hotel built at the top of the Snoqualmie Falls. Interestingly, as you approach it, you see that something different about Fallton.
Oh no.
The gates are open, as they always have been, and there's the guards kind of standing there. But above the gate, there is a standard, a flag is flying.
It's a bear.
It's of a two-headed bear.
Oh shoot, I'll guess it. I just didn't want it to be a hawk.
Well, there's the bear I mentioned.
I was not entirely following your story before. These are the people who enslaved your
No.
kin?
They were the enemies of them. No, what you have here, lady and gentlemen, is the new California Republic.
Okay.
The old one's pretty bad, so this one's got to be bad.
They are an organization that would like to bring things back to the way they were before the war, because it worked out so well the first time.
I mean, it's a lot better than it is now.
I can't tell you wrong, but I think that's more due to the conditions precipitated by pre-war America.
So these aren't enemies of ours necessarily.
Well, no. Not unless, you're in the way of a Brahmin baron or two.
Well, that's positive by my metric. I thought we was in for trouble. Let's go and introduce
I
ourselves.
assume they're friendly with my folk, yes.
As far as I'm aware, ghouls serve in their military.
I'm going to get along with these people.
Good.
However, Besh, hide the helmet, lest they think we have associations with a ghost from their own past.
How am I supposed to hide it?
I don't know, take it off.
And put it where?
Yeah, good point. Good point. Alright, just at least don't look like you're
Wrap it
familiar
up
with
in-
power armor,
Wrap
okay?
it up in one of those blankets we had to keep us warm.
Tell them what? I got a big beach ball?
What would they ask?
Why wouldn't they ask?
Tell them it's loot that you're completely ignorant
Yeah.
of. As a, simple wastelander.
Okay.
We'll make it up on the spot. Let's go.
As you're having this conversation, you're kind of walking through the gates. The guards, again, do give you... they probably look at you, look at you armed. They let you through because they, especially Mr. Rogers, you've been here before, and the deputy, they've been here. But they are very obviously checking everybody that's coming in through the gates.
I wonder if they let my type in that bar now.
We'll find out.
As you get into the city, into the settlement, there's quite a hubbub. There's lots of people milling around in the market. But the floor is just muddy slush. All the snow has obviously been completely just trodden on and crushed here, swept to the sides. And there's definitely an air going around. There's like you can see people are talking, hushed tones, conversations. There's something's happened or is happening, and it's quite clear that the people here are a little excited, a little nervous. There's conversations going off.
Do you all feel that electricity in the air?
Shall we go straight to the doctor to retrieve Miss Holloway's pit boy? And while we're there, maybe we can ask what's going on in town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so we can make a beeline towards the doctor's house.
Yep. Okay. So the doctor's was part of the old hotel. Anyway, so you make your way up towards the old ruins of the Grand Northern Hotel. Walk into it. Head off towards the medical bay. First aid hut, whatever you wish to call it. And as you you go in, it's fairly quiet in here. There's like part of the room has got a curtain pulled across, and you can hear noise going off from there. Maybe soaring. It's hard to tell. But you can't kind of see anybody. You just hear a voice kind of just shouts out, Hold up, I'll be with you in a minute. Sawing continues.
Not a good sign.
Well, there's no screaming, so, can't be too bad.
Might be a woodwork project.
Small blessings.
That, or if he's having to work a bone, he's at least have the time to, anesthetize the patient.
But, after a couple of minutes, the doctor does come out from behind the curtain, pushes the curtain behind him again, bloody hacksaw in hand, blood smeared on the outfit. That seems to be the problem.
Is it the same guy from before?
Yeah.
Sir, you have something that belongs to me.
I believe it belongs to me, because you have something that belongs to you now.
I have something that I temporarily traded you for, but I can trade you something back.
Okay. I think that we settled the price was 250 caps.
I can give you the caps, or I can give you this helmet. Just throw it onto the ground. It unravels out with its little curtain.
His eyes light up. Oh wow! Where the devil did you get your hands on that?
Off a bunch of dead raiders.
You got that from raiders?
I know.
Doctor, I believe the story merits passing on to... Who's the highest ranking officer the NCR have sent here?
Oh, you heard about them fellas?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know the fellow's name, but I think they're meeting with Mayor Langley right now.
Right.
I just know that I think they said he's a ranger.
I see. Okay, well, I'll have to explain it to my colleagues as we head to the mayor's house. But I appreciate that little twinkle in your eye there. I hope that you will not take advantage of young Bash's naivete with trades this time. I would appreciate a fair price for this, indicating the helmet.
Well, I mean, it's a collector's thing. It's not like there's many people that will be in the market for this, so it doesn't really have much value. But well, I'm a collector of this type of stuff, hence the Pit Boy. I think we do a like for like.
I think I will have to bite my tongue and accept that.
So those caps we've got.
Yeah.
The other folks wanted some addictol. Would it be? Do you have any addictol on you? We don't need any. But other settlement aren't looking too good.
Mr. Rogers, I don't see what our negotiating position looks like once we've met with this ranger.
Okay. I'll leave you thinking about that.
Can I have my pit boy?
Yeah, if you're willing to take the trade.
Of course.
Yeah, we'll leave the helmet there. You look like you need to remain sterile.
He walks over to a cabinet, takes out a key from around his neck.
Winks watching him handle things.
Undoes the door, takes out the Pit Boy, hands it back to you. Sorry, you might need to give it a wipe down. It's just blood, you'll be fine.
You are not handling your patient's wounds any further, are you?
Believe me, I can't make things any worse for them.
Are you suggesting they are deceased?
Well, it's been nice seeing you, son.
Best not to ask questions you don't know the answer from.
Let's head out of this place as quick as we can and maybe go see the mayor.
Right, so, Rangers, yeah, think the elite squadron. They are clearly more serious about being here than I thought. This is not a rank-and-file trooper.
Is this a good thing?
Depends on whether you want the NCR here.
Got to be better than those red cloaks.
Well, that I have to concede. But like I said, they are simply here for what they can extract from you. Like the Raiders, they'll just do it with a friendlier face.
Ain't that capitalism, son?
Worked back in the day. They worked.
Gestures around, losing his way. Did it!
Well, we can.
Storms off to the mayor's house, done with this.
Alright, fine.
Okay, so you head down the along the side of the hotel, head down the stairs, down towards the walkway that's by the river. You see that again the large turbines that are all churning away on the water, and just slightly upstream is the mayor's house. You can clearly see from here that stood by the jetty to the mayor's house are two figures, a man and a woman. Both of them are wearing tan combat clothing, fatigues and a jacket, some form of body armour, and bowl-type metal helmets with goggles. They just seem to be kind of guarding the entrance to the boat itself.
Afternoon, or evening, perhaps. We have vital strategic information to report. If your senior officer is available.
The woman looks you over. And you would be?
The name is Trig, short for trigonometry. Go on.
Wait a moment. And she turns, clips her heels, and marches up the stairs, the plank, into the boat. She comes back a minute later and says, Mayor Langley says to head on in.
Wonderful. Thank you. I'll give him a salute with half concealed, annoyance.
Okay. You do see their eyes raised. The fact that you actually know the NCR salute. But you're probably a cut above most of the rabble in this town. But yeah, you head up the ramp. Presumably everybody else kind of goes with Trig.
Yep, I'm happy to tag along.
I'm just very impressed with how militant they are. This is good sign of the good old days.
So you walk up. You walk to into the front room, which is where you know beforehand that the mayor's assistant was sat, and stood outside the door is another NCR trooper. This one does have kind of pips and epaulets on their arm that suggest that they are more rank and file. They're not wearing a helmet, but they've got a red cap on. And they just kind of nod and open the door for you.
Thank you. Before we go in, a small personal question, perhaps. How did it go with the Legion?
Eyes narrow.
I have personal investment in hearing that it went well for you, despite other feelings. But I'm gonna guess you are not minded to tell me, so we'll move on.
Good day.
Good day. Damn it.
Why didn't you tell us you had helping with the NCR? These guys are great.
So far. There are a lot of things a smile can conceal, Mr. Rogers. I thought you would know that.
Yeah. There's no bodies hanging outside. Everyone seems happy.
You walk into the mayor's room. As was said before, although this is the mayor's office, it's more like a sitting room. The mayor is sat on the comfy sofa. On the chair opposite her is a man who is wearing, again, kind of tan clothing, similar to the NCR, but he is wearing an actual composite combat armour, proper form, shoulder pads, chest plate, all in a dark brown colour. He's got a full-on cowboy hat sat on the side of his chair next to him. You definitely recognise this. This is like old world military armour.
I want what he's got.
And
That stayed in real good condition, that.
he just kind of turns and gives you a bit of a smile and a nod. And Mayor Langley says, Deputy
Brady, sir.
Brady, good to see you back. Allow me to introduce Ranger Dale O'Brien of the NCR. The NCR have come here to offer us an alliance.
Let me guess, that's followed with integration?
She nods and gives you a wry smile, and he kind of says, I think you're oversimplifying things, Mayor. We just want to negotiate, to talk, give us a place to set up camp.
Well, modifying is all that is. We got some pretty crucial news that we think you should hear, and maybe it'll be relevant to your new friends, or maybe not. On our way here, we went through a few farms that supply the local area that have been completely ripped apart. No one there, no one left alive. Out towards Pine Shores, we saw a whole lot of trouble. To save time, obviously, I think
Yeah.
we'd relay everything we've seen.
He kind of like interjects fairly early into this raiders, to which you then go into presumably more detail. And he says, flags, it's always flags.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? With a look towards, presumably there is an NCR logo somewhere on that uniform.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and a big bear on the front of his cowboy hat.
The most troubling thing, of course, is that we have every indication that they're heading this way to Fallton. And then, who knows, maybe even beyond. Trouble is heading here.
There's the other settlement as well that may need aid. The other town.
Pine Shores.
Pine Shores.
Oh
Well-
yeah, well, Pine Shores is going to need help too, but
Well, ma'am, it seems to me that we've come to you at the perfect time. As I said before, if you were to align with the NCR, we could offer you protection. We could help you with this threat.
Well, given that I know that, let's face it, there is a certain incentive here, I would point out Pine Shores has working purifiers, even if it is strapped for food and troopers. I'm sure that is an attractive offer for you, sir.
I mean, sir, I assume you accept ghouls, yes? Trig here says that you do. I just want to double check that.
You looking to sign up?
We'll see. I can see obviously your force, but I need to see some action before I make any executive decisions.
Believe me, son, you don't want to see action.
Not against me, no, but those people out there causing trouble. Yes.
Well, we are here in purely diplomatic terms. We're not here to fight nobody's wars. We've got enough of those on our own hands. But, as I've said, Mayor Langley, it's time join with us, and our resources are yours. She kind of looks, she says, yes, but Ranger, as I've explained, we're an independent town. We've stood by ourselves for years. Oh, we're not even part of Jet City. Fallton is an independent. What benefit do we have with the NCR? To which he kind of turns and says, protection, ma'am. That's what we offer. Protection and governance.
What you also have, ma'am, is a lot of farmland around you that is now up for grabs. I'll be frank with you, independence is only going to last so long now.
So, these the Ranger kind of says, these stories, I believe you, but let's put that aside. But what evidence do you have?
we got. What evidence do you need? We got the cloak of one of them, but I mean, if you'll accept that, what else we got? These poison potatoes.
I mean, I have a terminal entry that I've recorded, but to be fair, something written down could just be something written down.
We got an
I appreciate
eyewitness. This young man here, he was saving one of the farms. So he ran away from one of the farms. But what are you willing to accept?
At the old hotel where the raiders were. There's
Oh,
one
yeah.
of them half buried in the stone there.
Unfortunately, this recent blizzard will have destroyed most of the trails we could point to, given that they do march in organized fashion. So, the most I have to offer you is a couple of grisly sites, in terms of a old raider lodge they've attacked, and one of their own barracks we raided, while I was on Skeleton Crew. But I can at least offer you that, 2 locations to offer some authenticity to our tale.
Kind of she turns to Marcus and she says, can you reiterate this story? And he goes into, again, full detail, says what she said. And he's like, well, it's clear to me that we need to up our defences, we need to get the town ready. We the same as before. I mean, that's why you went to Pine Shores. We don't have the resources to send to Pine Shores to help them. She turns to the ranger and says, is there anything that you can do? And he's like, my hands are tied now. As much as I want to help you, I cannot stand against any threat that is not a threat to the NCR.
I mean, the other townsfolk might be welcoming to you. If you've got the materials, they need them.
Now, we can certainly send an emissary to Pine Shores, see if they would be interested in joining with us. But in truth, it's the infrastructure of Fallton that we need. That's why we came here. You're the biggest settlement in the area.
Officer, what rank are you? Just so I can address you properly.
Yeah, Ranger O'Brien will suffice.
Fair enough. Ranger O'Brien, I don't suppose you could give me the room with the mayor. Just, there are some arguments I think she might be more appreciative of if she doesn't think I'm perhaps coerced into them by your presence.
Yeah, his eyes narrow and he turns to her and she just nods and he says, as you wish.
I'll only need 5 minutes.
He picks up his hat, puts it on, pushes it down at the front. Ma'am, sirs.
While this is going on, can I actually go outside? I don't need to talk about it, but I want to just have a chat with them about the NCR and their uniform and everything.
Okay.
Talk about the good old
Full
times.
propaganda, right, is he?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so I don't want to kind of role play on that too much,
Yeah, you
but
don't need to,
he
yeah.
gives you the entire PR spiel about how awesome and powerful the NCR is. They are the true government and they're going to bring back America.
Territory as far south as Baja.
Yeah. The largest population in all of North America.
Yeah.
But yeah, he shuts the door behind. Well, I'm assuming you shut the door behind you.
Yeah. Madam, I do not like saying this because I have seen what happens to folks that simply can't survive NCR life. After all, they will come along, they will impose taxes, and they will simply leverage what they can out of you. But you're in a situation where you are likely to be attacked by a worse faction. You need their help. Secondarily, you have a lot of farms that have already been picked clean. That's farmland, good farmland. Now I appreciate you know nothing of the NCR, but unfortunately on my treks north from what was my homeland, I do. And I can tell you although what moves the NCR.
I don't need to know the NCR to know that giving them control of my town is just as bad as us facing off against these raiders you're talking about.
It's only marginally better in that you do get to live. But the reality is, if you do not sign up with them, what moves the NCR mostly is the money of its largest farmers, who will see that land now free for the taking, and they will hire mercenaries. They will send them to you until you sign it. They will get rid of you and put someone in place who will sign. You can either sign up or someone's gonna come for you. I'm sorry, you do not have options anymore. The best you can do is sign up now and get the best deal you can.
She kind of turns and looks at Betty Ann and the deputy. Do you know anything about these NCR fellas?
I'm a small town lawman, ma'am. All these sort of decisions, they're a little bit beyond me. I don't know anything about the NCR. They're from California, if I'm right, yeah. I ain't never been that far south. I've never left the state before, so I can't speak to them one way or another. I know that trouble's coming. I know we gotta figure out a way to deal with it. If you don't want to use these folk to deal with it, that's fine, but we gotta come up with an alternative, a viable one, because otherwise this whole area is gonna get ruined, to save a stronger phrase.
Past week, Pine Shores unfortunately tells me we do not have another viable option militarily anyway. Sorry to doom and gloom. Bash, do you have an opinion?
Not really.
I respect you, Mayor. You seem like a good leader. Whatever you decide, I think you got my support for what it's worth. But like I say, I'm not the kind of man you want helping in this kind of a situation.
You're going to finish saying that, the door opens and the ranger walks back in. And I hope I didn't miss too much.
No, I just hope the mayor will now make the best decision for her and her town.
That's all we're looking for. The best decision for everyone.
To follow him behind. Well, they sound great. Like,
Yeah.
It's
I
okay,
walk out the room, sucking in my teeth.
He walks up to the chair, but he doesn't sit down. But he does take his hat back off and he puts it on the chair arm. And she kind of stands up and she says, Ranger O'Brien, I appreciate the offer that the NCR brought to me. And I hear what you have to say. Before these fine folk came in, I wanted to tell you where the door was. Now, maybe I need to think more on this. I need to speak to the council. I need to speak to the other members of this town. We are proud independents. We have been for a long time. We're not part of the Washington Provisional Government, but we stand by ourselves. But that's no use if we're going to be overrun by raiders. But at the same time, I don't want my town to be overrun by foreigners. No offence. I need to speak to my people and see what they decide. And he picks his hat off the chair and says, I respect that, ma'am. I respect your town. Just understand that independent, I can't do shit for you. But the second you sign that form, I'll be the first on the radio asking for support troops to come and assist this town. Hell, I'll be the first one on the wall raising my gun to defend you.
I've left the room. This is between you guys.
I'm not.
Because the alternative was thumping him.
So,
I look to the mayor.
yeah. Oh, sorry.
I don't say anything. We look
Yeah.
to her.
I mean, protection is protection. I mean, Ranger, I mean, the other town, I know this is the one you want, but maybe show in the smaller town, like this town, how well you can support the smaller town, may persuade them. I mean, you said you were looking at sending a envoy anyway, maybe they could come with us when we go back anyway. We know for a fact that medicine may go a long way for them too. Might be a really nice sweet way of sweetening them up.
So we're not looking to sweeten anybody up. Mayor Langley, it's been a pleasure, ma'am. I'm off to for that fine watering hole you have up the road, the Red House. I think my men deserve a rest. I hope you have a good long think on the situation. You know where to find me when you reach a decision. Ma'am, sirs. And he turns and walks out.
While I'm outside, I will mention the radio transmission I got from Retford earlier, if they want any help investigating it. Given, well, it sounded like a flight coming down, and I'm aware the NCR has the means of flight.
So you're telling the ranger as he walks out, are you?
No, I'll tell the chap who's outside when I
Okay,
leave the
yeah.
room, because I don't want to be next to Mr. The NCR are great.
Okay. He looks at you and says, that's interesting. We don't have any aircraft in this area. Did you get any coordinates?
I got codes. I'll relay what I can, because I've looked round, and until the mayor meets with the council, these guys look stretched anyway. So I don't think he has the resources to stop us wandering off. And especially if it's what I think it is. I don't think then the Circle want to risk the few troops they have.
So what are you telling us? So you're telling about the radio that had the distress, or are you mentioning the numbers bit? Because you just said numbers, but
Yeah, the distress, and they did give some codes like.
oh, so yeah, so you're talking about the actual call sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely shakes his head and says, "That's not one of ours."
Well, you do look a bit stretched for investigating yourselves at present. If you wouldn't mind hiring some local help. We've already been trekking the wastes.
That sounds like a local issue, to be fair.
I appreciate that. Wander off outside. Yeah, I'll just wait for the rest of them to come out.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, you walk back out and Trig's stuck by the gangplank, presumably.
sure.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm glad I don't have to be the one making that decision. What do we do now? We going back to Pine Shores to try and bring in some medicine? What do we do?
Well, I suppose the first thing we can do is we have a good sack full of caps here and places to spend them.
Yeah, we could do a little shopping. We should figure out, we should help Marcus settle in, I think.
Yeah, that's true. We should buy him lodgings. As I mostly keep to get away from the troops, and the moment I think they're out of earshot. That call we got about a flight going down?
Oh, yeah. What
I
about
thought it was them, so I kind of ignored it, but it isn't.
Okay.
When I said to the mayor she doesn't have alternatives, she might.
Oh, what do you think it is?
I think it's someone the NCR aren't fond of either. Someone who wouldn't really be interested in anything other than, well, actually, it would be very interested in killing the raiders if they're producing this sort of thing. Tapping my musket.
Uh-huh.
I think some boys in steel might be available. I wanna, you gotta forgive me. I'm enjoying the fact that I might be able to bloody their noses a bit. So I'm gonna save the moment.
Trig, you creeping me out with some fierce.
But do these people accept people like me? That's enough.
Yeah,
It
okay.
depends on the individuals.
Do you want to go find this craft and they'll have like food and medicine and things we can actually use?
Look, even if there's no one alive, they're gonna have tech that will make your eyes pop out of their sockets.
Do you know what I mostly want out of life? I want a little farm to call my own one day. I want some good old-fashioned American revenge, and I want some ammo to keep in my gun. And that's pretty much all I
you'll
want,
find
Trig.
that aplenty. You will find that.
You ain't gonna tempt me with none of your old world, future tech, past tech nonsense.
I am talking a paramilitary organization that collects weaponry.
Alright.
If they had a bird drop, they dropped ammo.
Okay, I'm sold. What do y'all think?
Well, I like boys and I like steel. That's
Oh, Ms. Holloway, you're such a straightforward lady, and I appreciate that.
I mean, the important thing is that we bring back stuff to the other townsfolk.
Yeah, that's the important thing.
If we can figure out where it went down, if it's anywhere near Pine Shores, maybe we can figure out a route that's beneficial, maybe hit them on the way, or do a little dog leg or something. We should get the
If they've got
medicine.
tech, do they also have high-tech medicine?
Plausible. I do not know what would have been in the object that crashed. I just suspect at least there is decent weaponry and something we can sell.
Equally, if they've crashed, what's taken them down?
That's a good question.
That is
As if this lot here, who apparently don't get along with them, are not aware, who else don't like those men in steel?
We do know one group that has missile launchers.
That's very true. Does that mean that they're already there? Because
Well, then in which case, they'll be our problem soon enough at this rate, unless you plan to flee the region.
We can just missile launch them back.
Or we could always ask these lovely NCR folk if they want to come with us to the other town and we can divert via the crash site.
I don't think you're going to persuade them.
Well, they said as the war ain't their war unless there's someone firing at them.
Do you want to share resources with them?
I'd rather have resources I can gather off than be dead.
Right. Well, let's just figure out where the crash site is if we possibly can. Sure,
Well, now you got your pit boy back.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we can put the coordinates in there or something in there because that's old.
Do we have the coordinates?
For the transmission, didn't we? No, we had nothing for you.
I didn't write down. I didn't write down.
The
location.
message said that. Shall we read the message? With
No, we didn't. We had a call sign. We had
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Mayday, Mayday, this is Lancer 9 Sierra. We are going down. I repeat, we are going down. Aircraft under G2A attack by unknown Tango. Drop zone hot. Do not approach. I repeat, we are going down. Do not approach.
Well, we do
That was the
have
message.
is an active channel we use for messaging.
Well, you need to get a radio then to communicate and see if you can find out where they are.
This radio I took with us.
Okay. Can you reverse science your way to where they are from that? Is that a possibility?
What I can do is persuade them that maybe they need local help to go investigate Drop Zone Tango.
Well, let's do that.
What?
Apparently the bar is where they are.
Do you think that's worth a shot?
Absolutely.
I mean, if I'm allowed in, that is.
I think you can lean on the idea that there's a new order of the day coming, and point to the troops outside.
Alright, it sounds like we got a direction. We going to the bar, we're gonna
Yeah,
try
let's
and
get young Marcus lodgings. That's the
Yeah,
first
let's do
mission.
that. Let's do that.
I'll leave you to it. Starts fiddling with radio, sitting down.
On the ground. In the
Well, find somewhere comfortable to sit. God, I'm happy to sit on like a stoop outside the bar and get straight to it.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
So for Marcus, you've got a couple of options. You've got the flop house, which is where you were stopping before,
Yeah.
or you do know that the rat house does have lodgings. Marcus is not a ghoul or a mutie, therefore he should not have any issue.
Tell you what, I know the Rat House is short of some servant staff at the moment because they lost a ball lady recently. So maybe we could find, maybe they're hiring. Let's ask. And if you can get rooms there, it's probably nice in the flop house. So let's sort you out, Marcus. If not, we'll keep on looking.
Yeah, okay, if you think that's best.
So we'll talk to, I want to say Mac.
No, Mac is from Pine Shores.
Ah,
The flops.
The other one.
I don't know if I wrote down the name of the other one. Mr. Barkeep.
Are we looking towards the door? Are we? Is the ghoul sign still there?
The good side is always there.
Yeah.
Who is going with you as well?
Miss Holloway, do you want to... You're pretty good at talking to people.
I know, but last time I came here, I threatened the bouncers and they were gonna get a shotgun.
Oh,
So, I'm gonna stay outside.
goodness gracious. Alright, fair enough. I'll go Marcus. Am I going on by myself? That's not a problem.
I mean, I might be allowed in if I say I'm here to talk with the NCR guy.
Wait, we can try it. Let's see if you get kicked out.
If they refuse, then I'll just go back and help get some more
Alright.
water from the
Third
market.
time's the charm, eh?
Let's try that.
So you stride back through town towards the rat house, built into the side of the hotel.
And the NCR?
You can't tell from the outside. As you start to walk with a beeline for the door, however, you do see the bouncer who is stood outside, again in his slacks and his white shirt, but he's now got a big thick coat on top of. Kind of gestures for the sleeve rolling up, although not physically rolling his sleeve up because he's now wearing a big jacket. And he doesn't say anything to you, he just glares and starts to do the rolling up sleeves gesture.
I heard those real nice NCR people are in there and they're welcoming ghouls in to have a chat with them.
NCR don't own this town or this bar.
I don't need to be told twice. I'm sorry, Sheriff. You're on your own.
Oh man, it's getting tiresome. I'll say it.
Could have offered him a potato.
Well, alright. I'll with a sort of a, I don't know. I'm not old enough to be his father, but like kind of a brotherly arm around Marcus. I escort him in. I swear I wrote down the names of the bar owners, but clearly I didn't, so never mind. Hello there.
They're bigots. They
Some
don't
ball
get
names.
names.
Yeah. The inside of the Rat House is fairly well appointed. There's thick, warm curtains that kind of stop the wind coming through. Tables, fairly full of people that are drinking like whiskies and all the different spirits. Music is blasting out on the gramophone. There's an actual proper old style bar. It probably was a bar even before the Great War. And there is a man behind it wearing quite a smart looking suit, but again it's patchworked and worn, and a black trilby hat. And he is kind of pouring drinks.
Hey,
Deputy?
sir. This year's young man's name is Marcus. He's a friend of mine. His family ran into trouble recently, and he's looking for he's looking for work, and he's looking for somewhere to stay. He's got nothing in the world. And I was thinking maybe you're short on help here at the moment. I know you lost some people recently, and I wanted. You got any jobs going?
Well, I don't do charity, but you're right. I had a useless, good-for-nothing barmaid run out on me.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Mark's here. He's ready and willing to work. He worked on a farm his whole life, so he knows the meaning of hard work. Right, Marcus?
You got any experience in pouring a drink, Marcus? No, sir, but I help my mum out with the in the kitchen. Oh, so you can cook, can you? I assume you can do pots as well. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Kind of, it looks at Marcus again. Looks at you. Looks down at your badge. Okay. Yeah, well, we can do something.
He's a good lad. I'll vouch for him. He won't let you down, so. And then if you figure out some arrangement, and then I think you'll be set, Marcus, if that's all right. These are good people here, so they'll take care of you.
You got lodgings in the city, boy? No, sir. Right, well, I can provide you with a bed and board, but that comes out of your wage. And he kind of puts his arm around Marcus and leads him off to a door so they can start to talk business.
That is. I sit on a stool with the collapsing kind of stance of someone who had a weight on their shoulders that has now dropped. Well, thank God. I would have had that on my conscience for a long time if we hadn't sorted him out. Whew. I wonder if that nice lady's around with all the supplies. I think I'm just going to have a quiet time while all my questionable friends are elsewhere.
It's kind of split up all over
Yeah.
town, actually.
I think I'll just sit quiet and have a think.
A barmaid comes along, kind of takes your order, 3 caps, and you get a tall glass of whiskey, or whatever, you're poisoned.
I think you kindly, ma'am.
They do moonshine, but they actually look like they have got proper drinks here. And
I'll have whatever's cheapest, please.
you know, this is actually a fairly respectable joint. This is
Did they have any beverages in their 2 caps?
yeah, you could get a moonshine for 2 caps.
Alright, I'll have one of those
Might
because
see
that's all
afterwards.
I've got.
Yeah, it's like paint stripper, but it hits the spot.
Ah,
Do you not have the 400 caps on?
I'm not spending party funds on my drinking.
Team player
Eugene
there.
wouldn't. Eugene wouldn't.
No, it's definitely a Eugene
Respectful
thing.
Eugene.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Alright, I'll drink my last caps and just have a quiet moment when no one's hassling me or asking me to do things that make me uncomfortable or just generally being around me, and I'm just quiet for a minute, for like a little while.
I
Yeah.
did most of that.
Whilst you're relaxing and recuperating, the rest of the group, so you were outside with the radio.
Yep.
I assume you walked back to...
Yeah, just walking on over, having a look how
Thinking
many, if
about
there
it.
is really any ghouls in the NCR, having a bit of a nosy around.
Thinking the better, I will find a quiet alley to work in.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, well,
Street corner.
you're not seeing people in NCR uniforms. You literally think it's a small contingent that's come here. You're not talking about the NCR arriving. It's a small squad. You go into a little alleyway, sit on a trash can, pull out the radio. What would you like to do?
I'm going to tune back to that channel that the transmission came from the helicopter as best I can,
Yeah.
and try and send a transmission back along it.
Okay.
I'm
Doing
A,
an
going to
AP.
burn an AP, and B, in the interest of having a reroll that doesn't involve burning luck, I'm going to buy one off you.
Oh, you're too kind.
It's 3
Oh,
more.
nice to do that.
I get a free reroll, which helps with the wide complication range I have on this.
How many luck do you have again?
Pardon?
What luck do you have again?
7. But 3 points left.
I can't wait for this
Oh,
complication to hit him real hard.
Yeah.
In the shape of a vertibird.
We're owed a complication, aren't we?
He's owed a complication.
Overseer.
He's got
Yeah,
a
I've
ton
got-
of
I've-
successes though.
And here, I can. Oh, can you burn luck on a reroll you get from a perk?
I guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well then! 6 whopping successes.
Wow.
Okay. You start tuning the radio in. You get the blast of static. You think you're back on the right thing.
Yeah. Hello. This is a citizen in a settlement.
The lights panel go off. Complication.
No! Damn it. Okay, it's fine. It's already tuned. I've just got to go and find some batteries. Okay. That's fine. Oh, hang on. I will open up the back panel.
Yep.
Does it look like it takes a fusion cell?
Yes.
I will burn some of my ammo on this then, and slot one in there.
Okay.
Isn't that the production ammo actually?
Yep.
Yep.
The advantage of having a fusion cells.
And then again, I will tune in. Hello, this is a citizen of Fallton. It's one of the settlements in this region of Old Washington State. Now, on this channel, I earlier heard a transmission from one Tango. Go through the full sign. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Now, if I have the right channel, I assume you're interested in recovering anything from that crash. But I have to warn you, the NCR have arrived here, and I do not believe, if I remember my history between you two, that you'll be able to travel openly. I'm offering my services, if you'd be so kind, to go and retrieve equipment from that place. If you would rendezvous with me.
Maybe a perception survival one.
Set that aside before I knock it. 3.
Okay. Yeah, that's. You don't get the AP, but that's 3 is good enough for this. You hear kind of the sound of static and
Yeah.
radio squelching, but with the 3 successors and because of your science background, you recognise that the sounds of the static and the squelching that you hear are basically somebody doing the same as what you were doing. Somebody is tuning the radio from the opposite end to clear the signal to make it clearer.
Yeah.
Somebody is clearly there,
Yeah.
but there is no response.
I will repeat my message. All I need is the coordinates to drop zone Tango. Please respond, and then I'll wait and see if I get anything.
Okay. You do not.
Best lead I had to get rid of the NCR.
but you are confident that there was somebody on the other end.
Well, we'll see where that gets us. I want to talk. One last Hail Mary. Tune back in. I'd like to finally iterate that I am not affiliated with the NCR. In fact, I'm calling you because I would quite like them out of Fallton. Last transmission. Now, just turn it off.
Okay.
Actually, no one turn it off. That's stupid.
No, I will turn it off so they can't radio me back.
Tune, yeah.
Yeah. No, you sit there, like staring at the radio, but
Yeah.
there's nothing.
Getting increasingly glum as the time goes on. Eventually, I wander into the bar, radio slung under an arm, prop it on the bar next to me. I'll take whatever you're willing to give me for this, and I'll drag out the stack of pre-war money I've had since the start of this campaign, worth about 16 caps.
Okay. Yeah, they take the money off you, the dollars, and they grab a bottle from behind the bar and they pour you a glass of whiskey. You can see at the far end of the bar, Eugene is down in his sorrows.
Yep.
What is Sarah Ann doing at this stage?
Well, she suddenly looks around after looking at her pit boy, and she realizes that everybody's gone. Huh. I'll just wait for everybody to come back. I'll look at my pit boy. It's nice to be reacquainted with you. I guess I best know how to use you now. Just starts twiddling the knobs and stuff.
I can finally give you the handout that I made months ago. As a map.
It's my map.
You're in the bar.
Wow.
And for viewers at home, is that map.
Gee whiz, what a cool map. I'm going to look at this whilst wait for everyone to come back.
Handily got the towns you visited already marked on it, even though your Pip-Boy wasn't with you at the time. It's magic.
Damn, this is where we went.
Good show across. Do you think we should find the other two?
Have I observed Trig come into the bar?
You've heard me now, at least.
Whether you observed him is
Up to
is
you.
up to you,
I
but
like-
but you definitely probably observed somebody slouching in and slopping into the booth at the far end of the end of the bar, with probably about as much relief as you did when you sat down.
You see, you may observe my shoulders just tense as I slightly physically turn away. And for a moment, pretend I haven't heard anything. Just sipping on my terrible moonshine. Oh, I wonder what that was.
Did they only give me one glass, or did they give me the bottle?
If they took the entire stack of notes, you've got the bottle.
My drink's better. Waving the whiskey bottle.
Oh God, it's not a competition.
I'm
Oh.
offering a share.
I heave a sigh. Get up. Go over to Trig. Sit next to him.
As you're going to get up and move over to Trig, you can see at one of the tables the 4 NCR people are sat. They actually look quite relaxed. They've got drinks. They're just minding their own business and
Alright.
recuperating.
Okay. I don't think Eugene has not even clocked them because Eugene has no horse in that race
No.
whatsoever. So I go tracing down his tree. He's like, hell, I guess they can't come in here, so we should go out there.
Well, Mr. Rogers. No, none of them can they? On the other hand, we could just drink in silence.
Oh, that sounds like heaven, but
Tell you what, we deserve one round in silence, call it an apology, and then we'll go. Pouring.
just silence. I nurse that drink. He says one drink, I'm going to nurse it. Treasure every moment of not having to talk.
He said one drink, but he's got a bottle in front of him.
I'm just going to have the one. I don't want to get addicted.
The entire time I'm just staring at the radio with like the most wistful stare you'll see.
Really willing, in out of character, that radio comes alive.
Right, eventually I suppose we'd better go and reunite and figure out what we're doing next, because I still don't really know.
This radio won't come alive, you're really well.
Come on. I finished my glass. Come on, Trig. We better go find the other two and then figure out what we're doing. If we're going back to Pine Shores or what.
If this radio won't come alive overnight, then I guess we offer to guide a couple of these troops to Pine Shores.
I guess. Is there nowhere around we can find better weapons or nothing? No.
That was
trying to
my
think.
hope with this.
Oh.
While those two were
Dang.
drinking and Bash was there diddling with her toy,
Yeah.
I was going to be going around finding the ghoul community within the area, because I know there is one, and finding where they take residence and drink, because they're going to be the nice people here who are pro NCR, because they're the ones who are being accepted.
You're assuming that they know about the NCR. This.
Oh, well, I'll be telling them all about it, that they were accepted, they'll let us in their bars, the finest weaponry and armour, we'd be safe.
You propagandist.
So make me a charisma speechcraft, I guess.
There's only the female ghoul.
I
I would like to take one of those caps because no one else is using
Oh,
them.
yeah, by all means.
I'll attempt to use all of them at this point. Oh, but that is 2 successes.
You've got quite a few in the pot, and it's getting quite late, so you could spend more.
Yeah, but I've got 3 successes already.
Okay. Yeah. So if you've already rolled, you can't buy
Yeah,
more.
no,
Well,
I've
you
still
have-
got an extra. I've got an extra roll, but it could
Yeah.
be worse.
Yeah, remember those dice rolls, and
Do you want to borrow mine?
just roll another.
Yeah.
You've already burnt the AP, you've got to do it.
Hey.
4 successes.
Okay.
5.
Does it get 5 if you roll 3?
Oh, sorry, you're not. You said
No,
you
it's
had,
using actually roll 4.
yeah, you said you had 3 successes already. That was another
2.
No, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
another
so that-
2, so that's 5.
5. Okay. Yes, you can have 3 AP back.
Or can I use it? Oh, it'll be luck technically. For find us cheap lodgings for the night. Persuasion check on the overseer.
Go on then. Put 2 of those AP back, and
You're welcome, guys.
to be fair, it's a bit of a dumb deal for you because you find that the ghouls generally stop at the flop house. The flop house, which where you'd stopped before, does have a bar. If you remember, it was a bit of a scummy bar, but there was a bar, and that's where the ghoul community tends to congregate. There's a couple of like food places as well, but for alcohol, it's the flop house. And yeah, you can certainly get your accommodation back at the flop house for you to stop for a few caps, should you need some lodgings. And yeah, quite a few of the ghouls are interested to hear that the NCR is welcoming of ghouls. That's interesting and exciting news. The Fallton itself is accepting of ghouls, it's just certain buildings are not, because it's an independent town and therefore landowners can have their own opinions. But to know that in the NCR ghouls are a protected characteristic is very interesting for these ghouls here.
Like the good old days.
Yeah.
So I'll go find this lot and tell them I found somewhere we could stay. Because the flop house is cool.
Right. So I imagine we congregate somewhere not far off the
I
market,
like
maybe.
the bad house.
Presumably where Ms. Holloway stopped and stayed for the entire of that last hour.
Yeah, poor Miss Holloway is sat out in the snow, forlorn, annoyed, abandoned. But she's got a Pip-Boy.
If we only had 1 shot each, and then there's presumably still a lot of bottle left, I will.
And you brought it out with you?
I bought it. What are they gonna do? Unless they have laws against alcohol in the streets.
They do not.
Yeah.
Well, actually, yeah, they do have laws. it's a sin to not have alcohol in the street.
I'm now dressed appropriately for town.
Well, if
I'll
you're
offer some anyway. Go.
I assume you're going to be nursing over that radio and alcohol.
Yes.
Mm.
Yep.
I don't understand these people. Why does nobody seem to want to help with people at Pine Shores or deal with this problem? It feels very much like people sticking their heads in the sand. I don't understand it.
This is why we get the NCR to go with us. And
Oh,
if they no. So if your enemy of your enemy is your friend, so if we can get these people who Trig over there does not like to stumble across these other folk and get into a shooting match, they're just going to want to come along and remove them because then they've got beef with them.
Look, I take your point. I just don't think we should get involved with the NCR or anybody else for that matter.
We're not. We're just guiding them along the route to help.
Honestly, if we can
Come
just
with a
get
better
them to kill
idea.
each other, I'm happy with it.
See, there's a possibility that that may happen as well. And then think of all that armour, all those weapons. They
I
have
don't
really
see it
nice
happening.
armour.
Unfortunately, what you would have is a war zone and a lot of loot. That's
A lot
only
of
going to lead to more opportunistic raiders and anarchy. Wars make food supplies precarious, as we are already finding, and weapons plentiful.
They're bringing it all with them.
And then what's done when they're here? When they've left? Staring at the radio.
Here's what I think. I think we kit up as much as we can. We've still got 310 caps left. We get as many supplies as we can. We get the warmest clothes that we can. We get out there in the wilderness and we track these people down. We kill 3 of them. There's what, 9 more? If we can pick them off when they're in little groups, we can kill them. We know that.
I mean, we got a map
I
now.
think-
At least we know where we're going.
I think we do this ourselves.
Oh, go on. You've got that radio working.
Yeah.
Why don't you say on a couple of channels that you'll be putting a reward out for anyone who can give you coordinates for that crashed?
I
flying
don't think anyone who gets there first is going to simply leave the
Doesn't
loot
mean
for
they got there
order.
first. It just means they've seen it. So I might give a rough idea where it is.
Possibly. Although, in respect of Eugene's plan, maybe it's worth putting out a reward and a challenge to these folks.
What are you going to tell them where you are?
Why don't we say that, yeah, we're looking on information to find them.
Red cloaks, come here. We're waiting.
Yeah.
Bring them here, you say.
This may
When
be...
the NCR are here too.
Yeah. Trig's words are getting slurred as he discusses this plan more and more. Yeah, why don't we?
Well, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the NCR explicitly stated that if it's not their war, they're not going to get involved.
If
So,
they get shot at, but it's their war.
well, surely they'll just leave.
Are
They
they the
got-
type to
they-
leave?
If the town doesn't join them, why do they care?
You know, if we get enough of them to come, we could always blunt the spear by just killing a lot of them before the NCR leave. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get on the radio and we'll tell them we, I don't know, thing you'd read to their mothers. I don't know, whatever gets their killed up.
Then the other option is you put one of those cloaks on and take a couple of crack shots at them.
Yeah!
Well,
Yeah, let's do it.
you two are welcome to try that if you wish.
I appreciate that Eugene apparently has no objections to the plans from a clearly sozzled man.
I just don't think it's gonna work. Miss Holloway, if you got any opinions on this at all? There's gotta be a better idea out there, but it eludes me.
Did you know, Trig, it's easier to drink from the pot?
Don't encourage him.
I mean, it's quite nice to see you talk sense for once, but I think we should try and do this on our own. Follow the tracks. We got my pit boy back.
I think we can do it. I don't know nothing about these NCR people, or this crash ship, or any of it. I know that we 4 managed to kill 3 of them. We can do more.
Yeah, we could kill 12, 50.
Maybe not all at once, but I don't like politics. I don't want to get involved in it.
So you want to go hunting?
That's
Yeah,
what
let's
I'm
do
good
it.
at.
If
You gotta sober up first.
Yeah, Phil.
Yeah. In the morning, we'll get supplies, we'll kit up to the nines, and then we'll head out.
if it goes wrong, I'll go along with this. But if it goes wrong, we'll get the NCR to help.
Mr. Rogers. Shh.
If it goes wrong, politics won't be our problem anyway.
Exactly.
Because that won't be us.
We'll probably be dead if it goes wrong, let's be
Well,
honest. So,
well.
sure, whatever. Is that it? Are we good on this?
I think you'll want some more armor, and I'll want someone to shoot a little bit further. But yeah, we can sort that out.
All right.
Sort it out in the morning.
It's really rude. I won't talk back to him.
I think you should switch that off. It's bad for you, Trig.
No.
Maybe you should say something alluring.
Try
Go for a
that.
bash. Maybe they need it.
Well, I mean, these boys of steel.
Look.
What do you think might attract them?
I don't know. What works on a bunch of soldiers?
Didn't you say they like tech?
Yeah.
Pass me the radio.
At this point, it sounds like a good idea.
Hello, boys of steel. We found a real fancy helmet, and it's at our current coordinates. If you could tell us where you are, we can show you where we've left it, nice and safely.
Wait.
Describe it to them.
Don't describe it to him. What are you doing? That's the last thing they hear. Is it?
You've had a real up-close personal relationship with this helmet. Why don't you describe it?
Should we start it off?
Did you hit the power button?
Yes.
The radio squelches and goes up, turns off.
I mean, you wanted them to respond.
No, I don't want them to respond.
Fine. We won't talk in the microphone anymore, but we do need to hear them out. This is a loot cache, unlike any other. You're throwing it away just because you find him annoying?
No, a
Don't
trick. You're blinded by your love of old technology. This is not something we need.
He said they need the technology, but apparently there's ammunition. So if we've got technology they need, or they want...
You wanted to go hunting? Well, how do you hunt without a bullet?
I don't want anything to do with these boys of steel.
Neither do I.
Just take it off.
But you want the ammunition,
Give the radio.
it gives us a direction to go, coordinates, it's a good starting point.
Don't tell them about that helmet. We don't want to make Fallton the target if these people are wearing super soldiers of doom. I don't know who they are. Only he knows who they are, and he hasn't been very clear about it.
What if they responded and we missed it?
Good, frankly.
What if they were gonna offer to take out these bird people?
What? Oh,
Yeah. You're throwing away an opportunity to save pond shoals.
I don't trust none of you right now.
So the cloaked bird people.
Well, why don't you tell us more about your past, but we can, that's summarised. I try to persuade a drunken...
Presume like 3 shots in. And a total lightweight.
I'm sitting on this radio.
Trying to get your history out of you.
Most of I don't know too much. I just know that they like to collect pre-war, high-tech weaponry, and the NCR didn't like them. And other than that, I never had any problem with them. Never heard them doing anything that bad, so...
You were very tiptoed around the points for people like me. Remember where you are right now. There's a lot of us here.
I've never heard them having one opinion on ghouls or another, so I assume it's like everyone else in the wasteland. It depends. I think. As long as you're not,
And what's your history of the
Go in.
NCR? You seem to know a lot about them. You told us a little bit, but
that story is very long, and I am feeling kind of sleepy.
well, you can always tell us when we have the radio on, waiting for a response. I promise I
Yeah.
won't touch it if you leave it switched on in case they respond with coordinates.
Yeah, that's the deal.
I swear, because you're like ammunition, on my ammunition that I will not touch it.
I'm going to insist that you make a persuasion roll.
I'll use one of those caps, please.
I should probably be pretty easy to persuade. Is this contested? I assume.
It can be, yeah.
I don't know what that would be though. Charisma.
I guess it would be your charisma speechcraft to not be swayed by his speechcraft.
No. Yeah, I got one success.
2 successes.
I'm gonna turn it on, but nobody's touching it.
That's fair. You can tell us that tale while we're waiting for that to tell us a tale.
The microphone.
We can go over that in the summary.
Yeah, when we moved north, it's just they pushed us off territory a few times. We're in the way of.
So I can't hear you at the back here.
Pushes himself awake a bit.
Do you want me to hit you?
No, Bash, that's okay. It's not that time yet. Right. It's just when we were moving north, they pushed us off a few potential sites a fair few times because, it was simply more convenient for them financially to get rid of a bunch of straggling tribals. And, well, simply because we weren't really interested in, integrating. They didn't really have much interest in protecting us. They just had interest in keeping us out of the way as they just kept rolling over.
So you come from a bunch of tribals.
Well, that's how they described us, and quite frankly, I take exception to that, given that they meant that as backward.
I don't see why you want to get involved with any of these people.
He wants to get involved just so we can go into the rat house.
This place is perfectly fine.
As though the owners are about to be deeply offended.
Yeah. As he says that, there's a draft of wind that comes in through the open window and the holes in the roof. Perfectly fine.
Be careful, it's that wind that took your hair.
The narrative wind. Anyway,
That's the wind of change.
look. I'm happy to leave it on, but I don't think we should be reaching out to these people. I definitely don't think we should be telling about any special tech
no,
they
we
may
just
wish to
wanna-
recover with violence.
We just want to hear if they do respond, and if they don't, then we know what we're doing. It'll be your plan. We'll go out there and we'll go find these red cloaks, these tattooed people, and
That's a bit of a loose end. We might be
Ick
best off
and
asking
clean.
the mayor what he needs.
Yeah, we could check in with them, see if they need anything doing.
yeah,
Got no
we'll,
objection to that. Probably on tomorrow though, because
I will assume you may be well rested over the night, being in nice, comfortable lodgings like we are.
Your terms of comfortable and everybody else's maybe don't
I mean,
necessarily
I don't
equate.
think I think I would be perfectly comfortable and quite safe here, in fact.
Yeah. And I guess, considering what the time is, you just spend the rest of the evening sat in the flop house, drinking, talking, and watching Trig as he stares intently at this radio that does not respond.
Oh, sure.
I'm going to sleep with my back against this radio. I'm going to turn it off as well before we go to sleep.
You probably have to wait for Trig to try. That will not be hard to do, to be fair.
I'm going to sleep
will
like a baby.
Good for you. I don't think I will.
In which case, we shall leave it there.
Alright.
But, yes, thank you everybody for joining us again. I hope people enjoyed that. And we will return for episode 6 next week. Obviously, we're going to go and in a moment because it's just turned 11. So we will go and raid Dan Servo and Alyssa to see if they are doing their stream tonight. I haven't actually checked to make sure that they are on, so let me just have a quick look.
No, that's me.
Please don't throw at the ghoul.
We don't like your kind shouts in the flophouse.
Yeah, actually they are not on us yet.
Our clue with the other hand,
So-
I don't have a clue.
Yeah, so they're not on, so we will not be able to raid unfortunately tonight. But yes, thank you all for watching, and we shall see you all next week.
We shall.
Farewell for now.
Hey.
There she goes with a sparkle in her eye. Here's my chance, don't let her walk on by. Wherever she goes, she lights up with